When last we left our party, after an encounter with Nox, Sai and Calyx determined the best thing to do with Flower was to leave them with them, or her with them, despite half of the party being against the idea. Following this decision, Sai and Calyx went back to the tavern to speak with Fang and see if she had any further information on the subject, and found out they owe a lot of money for the services of the wizard finding Nox. While this happened, Brontes, Addie, Cole, and Onyx made their way back to the rendezvous site. Addie was out of it after finding out about Flower. Cole found a strange coin on one of the horses before heading back into the city to help with paying the debt that was warned of on his way out. After a while, Onyx decided to do a ritual, despite my trying to warn him of the not being a good idea for obvious reasons of half the party being missing. After going through about half of the give or take ritual, 4 demons appeared and attacked our little group left at the rendezvous site. This fight, while ending in the defeat of the demons, also ended in the ultimate demise of Onyx. And that is where we will begin with our little party.
The battle map at this point does not matter because the battle is over. The only 2 people currently there still left alive are Brontes and Ataraxia, who, within the timeline of the game, it has been about 6 seconds since you watched Onyx die. So, relatively fresh, all things considered. But yeah, Ataraxia, Brontes, is there anything you wish to do or say?
Well, Addie was actively on her way to save Onyx, but she was too late. So she's definitely going to approach Onyx's now corpse and fall to her knees next to him, and tears streaming down her face, like, no, 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 no. And, like, checking for pulse, checking for any sign of life, but knowing that there isn't going to be one.
Brontes is going to make his way over towards Ataraxia and Onyx's corpse and begin to try and console Addie while waiting and uttering prayers to himself for Onyx, even though he doesn't think it'll do much.
Do you guys attempt to do anything, or do you wait for... Because you know Cole left to go settle things with the gang, and then presumably to return with everybody else. So do you do anything, or do you wait for him to return?
Addie, after officially deciding that there's nothing to be done, will take off her cloak and turn it into something large enough to cover Onyx and lay it over his body.
You cover his body, and then underneath you just see the forever still outline of Onyx.
That's other than that, Addie's pretty much just going to be on her knees, sobbing until Cole arrives.
Brontes, do you do anything?
I'm going to just sit next to Addie and try and console her while keeping an eye out for anyone or anything that would attempt to approach us while we wait for the party to return.
Okay. Roll a perception check. Okay. You begin taking watch, knowing that clearly this place in the woods that you are out is not entirely safe. But you, at least for the moment, do not see anything drawn in by the sounds of combat. At least not yet. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Cole, you spent about 20-ish minutes heading back down towards the... to get back to town. You got into town, and I believe when last we checked in, you were about to rendezvous with Sai and Calyx, who had settled up the tab with Fang. So I will say you meet them at like the top floor of the bar in which you spent the last few nights.
So I know that when we last left off, Calyx was at the bar looking at the flower crowns. Sai had just gone downstairs to talk to Fang.
Yes.
Did Sai already come back up at this point and say anything, or are we like?
I will say as you see Sai come out of the back room that you know holds the hidden staircase, you see Cole walk in through the front door.
Calyx will kind of wave Cole over to him.
I will also go to the bar.
Guys, Sai was telling me that Nox gave this to her for when I calmed down, and he kind of shows flower crowns. He shows one for Ataraxia, one for Brontes, one for Cole, one for Onyx, one for him, and one for Sai. And he goes, Flower made these for us. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know if we made the right choice. I don't really know. It's too late now, and whatever they were doing is done, but one thing I do know for sure is I never want this to happen again. And he kind of like looks at Sai. Ever.
We'll make sure it won't. Can I see mine?
Calyx kind of shows her all the flower crowns. I'm not. You said that they were different colors.
They are color coordinated.
What color do we think Sai's? What, blue or?
Blue seems like a safe guess.
Yeah. Well, Sai will take that and she'll kind of pull out some pieces from like little knickknacks from her head up toward the top and set the flower crown on her head around her horns.
Yeah, you put it on, it fits perfectly.
Sai cries a little bit. Do you think she still has the button I gave her?
Calyx kind of chokes up a little bit. He doesn't really say anything. He just nods his head yes. He's just like, mm-hmm. I don't think she'd let go of it for anything.
Sai kind of like clears her throat, looks at Cole and explains to him that they're a little bit of debt with Fang because of the wizard. So we have to pay her back eventually, and there's a 10% interest.
Yes.
Every when?
Oh, no, on payment. So basically, you agreed that the next time that you do one of your mandatory hunts, so either if you do an extra one this month or when you take your first one next month, whatever payout you would get from doing that hunt, you're gonna give them the 300 you still owe, and then they're gonna take 10% of the total value of what the hunt is as interest, and then you get the remainder, and then after you get the remainder, your debt is settled.
So, and we know who we're supposed to talk to now. Also,
Who are we supposed to talk to?
this guy at the station, bounty station that we were just at. He lives there.
And you remember his name, right?
No.
That's what I thought. A Vice Captain Hammer.
Vice Captain Hammer of Clove.
As so noted.
He seems like he might be willing to listen. So, from what I have gathered.
Well, I hope so. It's kind of important news.
However, if you recall, Calyx, that little issue that
Oh, your account looks 11, right? Markings?
Yeah. Can I use prestidigitation on his shield?
We on whose shield?
Your shield.
For why?
The mustache that's on it.
He looks up. When did you draw a mustache on it?
A while ago.
A while ago, several episodes ago.
I remember that was a while ago.
If it was that, if it was there at any long rest, I probably cleaned it off already. But
you do it just to be extra super sure that it's clean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll have to go to that. We should probably stop by the office on the way back to the rest of the group and clean that before anybody wakes up. Because what is it now? 4 or 5 in the morning?
It's about 5 o'clock, 5:30 at this point. For
we should probably go do that. Cole, I think this flower crown was yours. Cole, what color was it?
Don't.
I don't know, Cole, do you remember what color yours was?
Black, maybe? I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure it was black.
It was black, yes. You make the kid a crown of flowers. I mean, you guys know the way to the bounty office. You've been there before, so it
Yeah.
doesn't
where'd
take
you go?
does from where I mean it's the other end of the city from where the bar is, so it does take a good like 15-20 minutes to get there. But the streets are still relatively unoccupied because it is so early in the morning, so you get there without issue. When do you attempt to sneak up on the location, or do you just walk in like through the middle of the street?
We're just gonna walk, and you're just gonna wipe as we go. Just,
It was just on the door.
yeah.
Well, when you walk into because if you remember, it was centered in kind of like not a cul-de-sac, but there's like a big circular area with a bunch of businesses, and it's the biggest business. As you enter into that circular area, you do see what appears to be two privates in very like shiny new armor, probably new recruits, and they each have cloths in their hand, and you see them attempting to. It looks like they've begun wiping and attempting to clean all the markings placed on that area of the thing.
I approach and ask them if they need help cleaning it off.
They look at you. They look at each other. They look at like their bucket of soap, and they're like, this is technically punishment duty. We would probably get in trouble if we had someone help, but we appreciate it."
What? Why is it punishment?
"Oh, we may have fallen asleep yesterday, and we might have missed the bugle, and we're a little late to training."
Okay, got it. I will leave you to your. But can we go in? We're actually here to see Vice Captain Hammer.
He should be up, but technically the bounty office doesn't open for another hour and a half.
Oh.
If it's an emergency, I could see if he's ready, but he'll probably tell you to wait.
I look at Cole and Calyx. Calyx also took the dog out, but I look at them both. I'm like, this is technically an emergency?
I think sooner rather than later would make more
Yeah.
sense.
Not to like set off alarms, but like for us, it's an emergency.
Fair enough. And then he opens the door and one of them walks inside. After about 5 minutes, he comes back outside. And he was like, "I was told to ask, can you prove that it's an emergency?"
Can I show them the thing that I have?
Oh, the special, like the logo
Yeah.
that you got, yeah. And then
Yeah.
Ye old things
yeah.
we pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll look at it and he'll take it from you and he'll be like, "I'll be right back," and then he walks in, and then he walks back in. He walks back out like speed walking. 30 seconds later, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're allowed in. Come on in."
Okay. We go in, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, they open the door and then they let you go in.
Perfect.
Thank you for offering to help, kind stranger. Not like
you're
that not like that jerk who gave us extra work.
You're welcome.
And then you hear the door close and you hear them resume the scrubbing on the wooden door.
They could do with a little scrubbing, you know? Elbow grease in there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You walk down the hallway and it eventually leads to a rather nice, almost entirely wooden office. There's a desk in there, but the desk itself is significantly smaller than average, and behind it is a significantly smaller than average chair, in which sits a dwarf, not wearing any armor, as it looks like he's still wearing his casual like sleeping clothes, and he is sitting at his desk with what appears to be a candle lit at the desk to light up the room, to give some dim light to the room. He appears maybe 4 foot tall, and he has bags under his eyes, denoting that maybe he hasn't been sleeping very well lately.
Vice Captain Sir Hammer.
Aye, that's my rank.
Apologies for the early house call. We come from the capital with a message. And then Sai looks at Colt.
He also looks at Cole.
Lovely. So I need to ensure one thing. I'm assuming these are closed quarters. No one else can hear us. This is a rather private conversation that needs to be had.
How convenient then. These are my private quarters.
Just double checking. So we're here because right now the world is facing an issue, and we got roped into something far beyond any of our expectations. The Star Scourge is about to restart, and we're trying to prevent that. So
He's just kind of looking at you. He doesn't react. He just has this very like staring through you, like kind of waiting for the joke. You know, he's waiting for the punchline.
So we're going across the continent and hopefully collecting allies to fight the next wave that's coming.
none of us stand a chance by ourselves. Hell, we barely stand a chance altogether, but it's the only chance we have.
If the stories are true, you're right.
Stories?
Yeah, the bedtime
prophecy.
stories. Everyone grew up with them.
Yeah, everyone.
So what's your plan, lad? Just give it the old best shot you got, or you've got a battle plan, or what?
Well,
Final,
you go.
final details aren't worked out. This kind of got sprung upon everybody without warning.
We are
Currently-
building a city. As a stronghold of sorts is what we hope it to be.
And we're trying to recruit members of the city to help build it up, hopefully in time, and make a holdout is the best way to put it for now.
Your city there, it's more secured than mine, or it's still being built?
Still being built.
But everyone needs to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't be knowing what I'll be doing. If I announce it, it'll cause panic. Would you like me to mobilize and wait to move to your city? Do you want to move your city here? I mean,
Well,
Honestly-
first, glad to hear that you're on our side.
Yeah.
well, with a king seal like that, you'd be pretty stupid to lie about it. It'd be a great way to end up dead.
Right. Right now we're just trying our best to reach each city before it happens and let people know. Mobilizing would be helpful, but we have no idea the timeline of things, really.
Or the scale of which is going to happen.
Being ready is not a bad idea, though.
Fair enough. I will
sorry.
activate all our reserves, and I'll have the lads get the civilian populace wary but not panicked. And then you can contact me when you're ready for either our refugees, or if you need to prepare us to know that you're sending people our way, you can contact me somehow, and then I can go from there.
We can we also give you the location of the town we are in the process of building? I think that would.
Oh, sure. And he'll pull out like a map, and you can just circle basically where Steelmaw is on the map, right above the capital.
Okay, I do that.
Do you have any workers, construction builders to help develop our city faster that you can spare? We need all the help that we can get.
Construction, no. This is primarily a merchant city, so in the town square you can buy almost anything. But as for people to do something with, typically you need to supply your own. You might be able to work out some deals to get supplies shipped there, but I don't think you'll find legions of carpenters or smiths just lying around. Now, I don't know where you're going next, but if you need smiths or craftsmen, the north is the place to go. I have a lot of family members there. I can write you a letter of recommendation, but you will have to get through the border, which unfortunately is closed.
It's
If you wouldn't
closed.
mind writing us that letter, no matter what, we have to make one other stop, but we were planning to go north soon.
Fine, I'll get right into that right away. And then you see him pull out like a parchment and ink, and he starts writing in Dwarvish.
Speaking of which, should there be a code word if we were to send a message to you that you know it's from us and not somebody pretending to be us? Anything come to mind?
Well, if you're using magical means, typically the spell tells me who's casting it, so I'll be able to know. But if you feel the need to send a physical message, even knowing that it's not particularly speedy, I would say you can. You can use the name of an old acquaintance of mine who's no longer around. Simply say that the message is from Rurik. I'll know what that means.
Rubric?
Rurik.
Rurik?
With that being said, I would fill him in that we do have other party members that are not here right this exact second. They're just outside the city.
Yeah. I'm going to make the letter such that it addresses the group that presents it. So whichever you'd like to carry this letter, they can carry it, and it will encompass all present.
Okay.
Take it.
If you want, I already have all the other letters. I could just keep it
Oh,
with
you
them.
keep it.
Give it to the backpack.
The eloquent orc and all his paperwork.
Hey, man, some of us, we care about our
Yeah.
paperwork and organization.
And then he'll look at Sai and he'll go, Lass, you mentioned confusion at the knowledge the border's closed? It's been closed for some time now. You're just finding out?
No, I think we knew that. A lot has happened on our journey.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning, and we've had a very long night.
I see. It's been a long one for myself, too. I had 2 break-ins I have to deal with and send guards. Someone vandalized my door. It's a nightmare. Apparently the world is ending, so, you know.
Just one more thing to add to the pile, right?
Yeah, well, 4 technically, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
No. I mean the whole world ending. Just one more thing. Seems
I
like
can't help but feel like that's an entirely separate pile at that point.
I mean, it kind of overshadows the pile.
Priority. Bye.
That being said, though, you said your plan was to go north eventually. How long do you think that'll be?
Do you think it's best for us to go sooner rather than later, even though the border is closed?
We need to get permission to cross the border. Our next stop is Kingspear, and we're hoping to maybe talk to somebody in hopes that they could help us cross the border. Unless you know anybody who may be able to help us.
Oh no! You're misunderstanding. The border's not closed on the human side. The Queen of White closed the border herself. It's closed on the north side. You can't get permission from this empire.
Oh.
They've isolated themselves.
Did they say? Do we know why?
No.
Or is it just...
She simply decreed a closure of the border, and she has all authority over the those matters of the Northern Kingdom. It's the White Queen and the Black King. The Black King handles everything subterranean, and the White Queen handles everything above ground, including the borders.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anything else you could tell us about the White Queen? Anything at all?
Rumor has it, as of late, she's been becoming more and more reclusive. She doesn't attend parades anymore. She doesn't give speeches. Rumor has it she hasn't been seen in a month, maybe more. But her orders still come out. But her traditions have waned. The Black King has attempted to take on some of these roles, and it has led him to be stretched very thin. A lot of the North has had to self-govern. Tell you what, and he kind of like looks around. I can't tell you to violate a nation's sovereign borders. I can't tell you to sneak over the border illegally for whatever objectives you are. That would be wrong of me. But I suppose if it's not me doing it, this conversation never actually happened to happen.
Yeah, what conversation?
Exactly, lass, exactly. And then he walks over to like a second side door that you can see it probably leads into like a private study. And then he walks over and he just starts like banging on this like solid oak door like really, really hard. Like he's slamming on it. And then it's like after like 2 or 3 like really like door mold shattering pounds, like this dwarven strength you didn't see in him, he's like, "Aye, get off, you daft bastard! This is for you. I can tell." And he's just like slamming on the door, and you hear someone fall out of bed and shuffle around, and then you hear someone make their way to the door.
That's the noise he made.
What's the problem?
Congratulations! I just found you some employment. You can stop living on my couch.
I've really only been here for like a day and a half, and although I appreciate it, I'd like you to remember I'm not lazy.
I didn't say lazy. It sounds like projection to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, meet your new friends. And he gestures to an orc, a tiefling, and a human in black clothes.
What's up? I'm sorry, I'm a little groggy right now.
Aren't we all?
Good morning. And what you'll notice is he extends. You will see a dwarf dressed, obviously like he just woke up out of bed, and he will extend his right hand forward. And give me 1 second so I could just drop this into Discord.
So bold luck and Scottish accent.
I'm excited for this.
Locked in the accent.
Yeah, no, I screwed up. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that accent.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's pretty commonly known as a dwarven accent in D&D to be like Scottish.
It was not supposed to be that hard.
Yeah, Tolkien locked that one in.
Did it go in? Okay. You will see this gentleman standing at about 4'10", long black beard, long luscious locks. He will reach out his right arm, which you will notice is completely covered. You'll hear a mechanical whirring as he extends his... Did it not drop?
That is very, very large token. He is the size of cities. This man.
It's
is
a
not
visual
football.
reference. Calm down.
You
I
are
don't have
lying to me.
I don't have his portrait art in. I don't have his portrait art in. That's what he looks like.
I just dropped it in the Discord.
The winds can't access our Discord.
Yeah. He will extend his right arm out to Calyx, the biggest one, and go, "Good morning. It's nice to meet you. I'm Kazric Steelfist."
Steelfist, I get it.
Calyx kind of reaches out an arm. One of those like forearm grabs from like old school, like medieval.
You
hello,
son
like,
of a bitch!
I'm in.
And he goes, "Nice to meet you, Calyx. Just Calyx."
A good strong grip. I appreciate it. Fuck you. I appreciate that. Tells me you're a good warrior.
Oh, it'd be better if it wasn't first thing in the morning.
Changes the
You never get to pick when we're going to be awoken by the roars and the screams at night. Sometimes life has a funny way of dragging you into things.
Calyx is now gonna look at Sai and go like, "Is this guy okay?"
I mean, it sounds pretty much what I deal with every night, so.
And so you might understand him a little bit.
So the more
But
you
how
wake up,
how
the
are
less
you
smart you are.
going to help us
I
get to the
didn't-
north? Sorry, what?
I didn't hear what Cole said.
Mine was a half joke. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like, how are you going to help us get to the north?
I just came from the north.
Why did you come?
I've decided to retire from my service, and I wanted to see the world I've spent so long protecting. So I'm down here now and trying to explore. I was going to, pick up adventuring on a solo level to really explore, but he's going to glance over to Vice Captain Hammer. It sounds like something else is calling my name.
Aye. These fun young lasses and ladies, they can fill you in on the specifics.
We're all lasses and ladies.
He says that derogatorily. And then
Oh my god.
and then he's see, now you broke my fucking concentration.
Sorry.
They can fill you in on the specifics, but either way. And then he like waves his hand towards them. They're your friends for right now.
Friends is...
Could always use friends.
Okay.
What are the specifics? What are we fighting? What's the mission?
The mission as of right now is to get. Why am I talking like this? The mission as of right now
infectious, right?
it is very infectious.
It's not infectious.
But
Boy,
might
What to
positively.
tell you about
damage.
our fight we got
That's a
coming up?
pirate.
I'm a pirate now. Nothing
Yar.
you
Oh,
can
it's
do
not
about.
funny. I got Scooter.
But the mission right now is to go back to the north. We have a message we must deliver throughout the land, so you'll see more than just the north.
Great. What's the message?
And the Star Scourge is coming.
What? No. No.
Aye, that's and then Vice Captain Hammer will look over. He'll go, "Aye, they were just explaining the nightmare creatures from 1,000 years ago or back. So have fun with that."
I probably missed that part of the conversation while
Yeah,
I was gone.
so,
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
secret.
Lad, I don't know
fully
why you were
explain.
hiding it. You just told me 10 minutes ago. You could tell him.
I love that
well,
your
I know,
accent came
like-
out so much harder as soon as Kazric came out too.
Well, I got to match. You got to match the tone because they're it's a thing. Don't worry about it.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And yeah. If you're
Are we
game, I
gonna
guess.
fight the bastards?
Well,
We
yeah.
already took down.
To the death.
I
If
have
the stories are true, we do not have an easy fight ahead of us.
Hell no, we don't.
You look like a man who likes the challenge, though.
Sometimes things challenge you that you don't expect them to. I'm ready. Let's do
Very
it.
Very philosophical, this guy. Is he a professor?
Well, he lost his accent already in
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Oi,
I-
big lad, big green lad. Do you got any information about them so far? Do you know anything that I could prepare the city?
Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, the big green lad.
Yeah.
It's you. I'm blue
So
and tiny.
so far, the only things we know is we know they're coming, but we did have a chance encounter with them by Orange Bloom. It seemed like there was a remnant of the Star Scourge. It seemed to be reanimating bodies, using them to lure other people in and add to its growing horde.
It was actually so funny.
To quote Sai, it was absolutely so fucking disgusting.
It merely
That
took
they
one of our
were
warriors.
speaking through the corpses, trying to communicate, showing some level of intelligence and trying to meld themselves together to become an overwhelming force before they set out. I'm not sure why they never left that mound of rotting
I
flesh.
think maybe it became stagnant when the dragon general went into his slumber. So they could be. There could be more.
From what we discovered, it seemed like the shard was unearthed. Regardless, it we know that even dead bodies can come back, and it can communicate with us.
So you
So
took one of these out?
Beware. Just
Yeah.
one. And even that, some of us almost died.
Merely took out one of our fighters.
You're just gonna kind of see Kazric nodding his head.
The
So it sounds like you could use some more help.
definitely.
I'm in. When do we leave?
Right now.
Right
I do
meow.
have a question for Vice Captain Hammer. It's just, does the name Cinderhorn ring bells to you? Do you know anything about that?
And you see him like think, and he's like, don't know anything about a Cinderhorn, lass. Are you sure you don't mean Cryohorn?
Cryohorn?
Cryohorn, Cryohorn.
Or Y-O? H-O. Okay. Cryohorn. Can you tell me what that or who that is?
Aye, that's the family of the guardian white dragons of the north. They live over in the spine of the world mountain range, all the way past the glaciers. You need to cross them to get to the desolate north, where no one lives, where it gets
And
truly
they're-
unsurvivable.
Right. Are they...
Only mostly unsurvivable.
Say I were to somehow get that far.
He laughs, but then lets you continue.
Would they be open to having a conversation, or are they like the let me just get rid of this threat? Not that I would be a threat to a dragon.
Pest.
Yeah. Ouch. But yeah.
I mean, we're all kind of pests to dragons, I imagine.
He's not wrong. Lass, I have to say, it really depends who you get. The older they get, the more amicable. But if you get one of the younger ones, they are not. And he kind of makes like almost like not religious sign, but he makes like a, sorry I'm about to say this big G upstairs, but like, they're pretty fucking dumb.
Oh. I mean, you know, the younger they are, they're usually pretty dumb.
Yeah. You're better off getting in touch with one of their speakers.
Speakers. How do I do that?
Oh, you'll see them. It's a religious order in the north. They worship them and commune with them. They wear white robes in the snow. It's a whole thing.
What's the order called?
The dragon speakers?
Okay.
Kind of on the nose, a little bit.
And
They don't. They're not big on interpretation.
Right. And one more question. What about Emberhorn? Or is that still just not?
Nothing.
No, the only horn I know is Cryohorn, because that was the ancient guardian dragon. Hasn't been seen in hundreds of years, but that used to be the big dragon. They were at least 800 years old.
I recall. Sorry, you go.
Yeah. Oh no, it was like at least 800 years old, but I haven't heard of them in easily. I mean, I'm almost 100, and he hasn't been seen in my whole life, so he very well might have finally passed on.
Can I recall if I had witnessed said dragon in any of the visions, dreams that I had?
You do distinctly remember an extremely large like adult white dragon in one of the visions. It basically 1v1'd a meteor, where like it took out an entire meteor of Star Scourge, but then the meteor hit it as it froze it, and they both basically destroyed each other. And then you remember an even larger white dragon flying into like a rage at the sight of that. But like that white dragon was kind of in like the hazy background of the vision. That center point of that vision was the bronze dragon. So like you don't necessarily like you never saw the conclusion to that. Like that was happening simultaneously, but it wasn't like the focus of the vision. So you don't really have like a read on how that timeline played out with like the timeline you were watching.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. We appreciate your help.
Doing what I can.
And I know it probably is going to be tough. I don't have the same experience that you do. I just barely started doing all of this, but I have hope. As stupid as that sounds, probably.
Imagine if you didn't. This mission might as well be impossible. So good that you have it if you do.
All right.
Can I be helping you with anything else?
Sai looks at the boys.
No, if we could just get that letter and then Kazric will help us out from here. Thank you for introducing us.
No problem. And he'll hand you a sealed, like rolled up like scroll of parchment, and it's sealed with what appears to be a like a wax seal, like denoting some type of family.
Like a taskmaster.
Though you
Do I recognize the seal?
you recognize the seal. Everyone not from the north, however, it's just a wax seal. You don't recognize the family name.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my pocket.
As this whole thing was going on, I assume I was packing, so now I'm like
Yeah.
fully dressed, ready.
Yeah, you were basically bunking in his office, which is or like his room, which is connected to his office, so you could hear everything that was being said like from one room over with the door open. So you've got all your adventuring gear, like your armor is on, you're loaded up, everything that you have to your name is in a pouch, packed and ready.
I literally thought that when you were introducing, what's his name?
Kazric.
Kazric.
That he was like a partner to Vice Captain Hammer. And I was like, whoa. They were sleeping in the same room?
He was sleeping on his couch.
Jesus.
Well, maybe like
I mean,
maybe like
totally
war
support,
veteran
but, like,
partners, like same platoon.
Sai is just going to think that there was something.
It's canon now.
Sai
Sai is like
shipping.
good for you guys.
Dude, Sai has an AO3 account. We all know it.
Oh, Sai definitely has an AO3 account.
The fuck is that?
Archive of our own. It's like,
It's best
like a
you don't
fan
know.
ship site.
Best you don't know.
You don't venture.
You don't
that.
need to know.
You don't venture to that part of the internet, friend. You're good.
Stay
So-
where you are. You're perfect.
So as we're leaving, Kazric is going to go up to Vice Captain Hammer and extend his arm. Thank you for everything. It truly means a lot that you were able to do what you've done for me, for my father. I know he would have appreciated everything you've done.
He locks arms with you and he goes, "Lad, I could do you 1,000 favors, and I would never break even with what your father's done for me. Don't make me regret it though, or
He was
him."
the greatest man.
The best.
And then he gives you a stern dwarvish nod, and then he like slaps you on the ass really hard, and he's like, "Get out of here now! Go save the world or whatever."
Wait, it's canon. It's canon.
Cannon.
It's not canon. I can assure you of that.
The slap is canon. The slap, he does that.
The slap is canon.
Definitely did that.
You think it's canon. It's
It's a
absolutely
dwarf thing,
not
okay?
canon.
He did it in a very it's halftime, I slap my quarterback on the ass, let's go win the Super Bowl kind of way. But if you want to take it as a sexual way, I can't stop you.
Yay. Anyway, let's go.
I think that part doesn't get cut.
Meow.
Yay.
Right.
Yeah, that-
And now the four adventurers leave the office. As you leave out the front door, you do see that the two privates have finally cleaned all the remnants of the mustachioed graffiti, and it looks like they are about done with their punishment.
It looks really good.
Um,
Nice job, guys.
Dumb question, right?
Thank
Cole
you.
wasn't there. Cole wasn't there when that actually happened, right?
Correct. He was not there when that happened.
Okay, cool.
But does Cole recognize?
Cole,
the
however, is not stupid.
Recognize it as soon as we
Yeah.
walk away, but I'm not going to say it in front of them. That's why I wanted to clarify something.
As we're walking out, so what were your guys' names?
Calyx.
Sai.
Cole.
It's great to meet you all.
To meet you too.
As my cousin upstairs stated. And
Cousin
I
Sloppy
appreciate him introducing us. I am Kazric.
Kaz, nice to meet ya. Welcome to the group.
Hopefully we get along well.
Kazric.
Ooh, someone doesn't have a sense of humor.
That's gonna be tough in this group.
I have humor. I just appreciate my name being my name.
I mean,
Names
it's
have
name.
power.
I mean,
Names have authority.
Depends on who you ask.
I mean, I gave you a nickname,
Something.
so
It's like the start of the power of friendship.
yeah, power of friendship. Would you like
Great.
Iron Fist or?
I think it might be steel.
Kazric Steel Fist, and he's going to hold up his arm again.
Yeah.
I think you could see how I got that name.
What happened to your arm?
I lost it in a battle early in my career.
That's cool.
And you're gonna just see him like kind of look down at his shield, like kind of a sad, but
So you weren't trained well, young?
Ooh.
was trained extraordinarily well, young.
So wait, does he for my question? Does he hold the shield in the steel hand or in the axe hand?
He holds the shield in his regular arm.
Okay.
He wields his weapon with his right arm, which is his
His other
mechanical.
regular arm.
I have one regular arm
Yeah.
and one mechanical arm.
He-
I mean,
yeah.
it's his regular arm, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has a flesh arm and a prosthetic. He is currently holding his shield and his
I
flesh arm.
know. I'm just saying it. They're both his regular arm.
Well, okay, let's move past that. We have 3 other members to introduce.
Yeah, let's
to,
enough
so
enough being ableist. Let's move on.
we should.
What do you mean being
I'm
ableist?
saying we're making fun of the guy with one hand.
I'm not.
I mean, you could be the Full Metal Alchemist, but like Full Metal whatever you are. I don't know what you're.
Not full metal.
I'm only 11% metal.
Yeah, but the other thing isn't Full
Just
Metal.
have an
either.
arm. Otherwise, I'm just a dwarf.
He's literal. Got it. We'll know this going forward.
Sai looks at the
Let's go.
camera. This will be an hilarious in-joke for the future. Looks back at the looks away from the camera.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
skedaddle.
I mean, if you guys make your way to the edge of the city, I mean, you guys all have. There's nothing you have left to be picked up. Kazric, you have all of your belongings. Kazric, you do know that the way you came into the city, you do not have transportation to your name. It was all basically rents and favors from your cousin. So you do not have like a horse or a cart or a saddle. So you would know that like leaving the city, if they're planning on leaving, you don't if they're joining some type of caravan or like your transportation basically has not been arranged. So you would need to do that.
Where are we heading right now? You said there
To
was
meet up
other members.
with our other party members. Yes, they're waiting with our carriage.
Just outside the city.
Carriage. Okay. Is there space for me to join with you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. We got more than enough room.
Great.
I know my
You know,
brother's
the-
got an extra horse if we need it.
Now we
Oh, really?
time skip. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna, if you guys leave the city, then you may take 20-ish, 25 minutes. Kazric, notably, keeps pace pretty well with the party, despite his stature.
4'10" height.
Yeah, his stature. His stubby dwarf legs. He keeps pace pretty well. He seems pretty athletic. And then he makes the journey with you guys in the same time frame as the rest of you. And after about 20-25 minutes, you approach where you hid your camp about 2 miles out of the city. And as you walk up Calyx with your passive perception of 15, you do see that Brontes is currently standing watch at the edge of the clearing where you set up camp.
I mean, Calyx is gonna wave over to Brontes. Just literally wave. Hey, oh wait. Okay, good. You changed your name. Hey, Brontes. This is Kesric. He's gonna be our guide up north after we go through Kingspear.
I'd like to think I would be more than a guide up north. I'm a
Well,
worthy warrior.
he's a worthy warrior. Who is our new friend? He is in the know about the scourge. We told the hammer in the city. The
Vice Captain Hammer. Yes, my
Vice
cousin.
Captain Hammer.
Captain Hammer.
Vice Captain Hammer about the Scourge, so we're ready to go to King Spear just as soon as we gather everybody up and we can go get some more information and help Addie and her
Uh,
mentor.
About that, there might be another issue that might need to be addressed first.
What do you mean?
Is everything okay?
No.
You're okay. Not. I was straight. Shoot straight. What is happening?
What happened?
With the passive perception of 15, you don't see Addie kneeling next
You-
to a
you
dead
don't-
body.
I didn't want to lean into it too hard.
I want to have the conversation. Wanted to get Bronte's talk.
All right.
I'm just gonna look over my shoulder while Helix is standing right there, and gesture towards the covered corpse of Onyx,
Where's
and say,
Where's-
"We had a problem. Onyx didn't really listen, and something kind of went wrong."
Where's Onyx?
is that? What?
Cole, you
Where's Onyx?
I will gesture
Fucking
over
answer.
towards where Addie is kneeling.
Cole's gonna go sprint over.
That's not. You're joking.
Bronte's, what happened?
Yeah, so I'm blowing
Hey.
past Brontes. I'm now heading over that way. They can continue their conversation if you want, real quick.
you get to the
Brontes
body
will
relatively quickly.
recant to Calyx and Sai how Onyx wanted to begin the ritual that he felt he had to do with the painting, and about halfway through, miraculously, we heard a disembodied laugh, and 4 demons were randomly appeared, and how the fight ensued.
You are all now aware of the events that transpired.
Okay.
How the fuck did you let this happen?
And he's dead? Dead? He's not. There's. Wow. Okay.
Addie's gonna look up at Cole, still sobbing, and say, "I'm so sorry. I tried to save him. I was too late."
How? What? Did you guys just? There was that many of them? What happened? I need more context. It just.
Your brother
just happened?
decided against me warning him and stating we should wait for you guys to return. He decided to begin his ritual. Halfway through, I would estimate, driven by what he was doing, I would assume it may or may not have been halfway. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea if it's even related to the ritual or if it's related to he who shall not be named for him because of disembodied laughter. I don't know. I don't know anything specific about this person. I've met him not that long ago.
I know.
So- All I know is from what I was gathering, I was watching while on his asking, to watch over while he did his ritual. I was just standing guard, and magically, out of nowhere, 4 demons came in. I would assume targeting him after doing a ritual. I don't know. That's just my assumption.
They
And
ambushed
he ran
them.
up to them, trying to be all big boy, swinging sword around. And I don't know. I tried my best. I threw every spell I pretty much could at them.
Cole, you with your passive perception, you look around the clearing, and you do notice 4 large, at this point they would be 10-foot puddles of just dead grass and black tar-like substance that has just kind of soaked and bubbled into the grass, and you recognize it as the same substance that occurred when you guys killed those 6 creatures that burst out of the doppelgangers. It's that
Would
same
you also see the result of the fireball?
Yeah, that as well. But it's the main thing is you could see where the 4 bodies were, and then you can associate them with the same creature that you fought previously, and that their body has that same anti-life essence of just rotting everything that is around it.
And it looks like all 4 died, in my perspective.
Oh yeah. It's what the creatures bubbled down into once you basically got rid, once you killed them, because their body without their living, without their spirit, their bodies can't exist on this plane. So that's the byproduct that they melt away into, that almost scar or stain on the world.
Would Cole understand that they just disappeared when they were done, or would he, as far as he's concerned, I'm just clarifying, it looks like we killed them and somehow Onyx is dead in the middle of this.
Cole would understand that demons are dangerous because they function the same way as devils. So if you kill them on any plane that isn't the plane they were born, they don't die. They just get shunted off the plane they're currently on and their body disintegrates, and then they go back to the abyss. So you can tell that through there's no body to inspect, but through some manner of effort, 4 demons were killed here, their spirits were sent back to the abyss, and their bodies disintegrated into that black sludge that is staining the earth, that you recognize as the same sludge as the 6 wretches that you fought, that burst out of the doppelgangers. The demons are dead for sure. You could tell that they are not going to reform, but you could tell that there were 4 demons.
So you said you heard a laugh?
A disembodied male laugh, yes.
We all know who this is. We've come across him before. Before I left, there was a coin left in our caravan.
So he
Understandable.
has been watching us this whole time.
So we know what happened. I need to see. I need to see it with my own eyes. Because Addie said she covered him, right? The cloth.
Yes, there's currently a body with a cloak over it.
Cole's
Addie
gonna.
I was gonna say Addie will hesitantly move the cloak away from Onyx's corpse.
Cole, you see what appears to be your brother, though the color from his skin is gone. He is covered in 1,000 tiny cuts, bleeding long since stopped. You also see notes of blood having seeped out of his ears, eyes, and nose, as it appears his mind has been damaged psychically through some means. And you see his typical imposing form has withered through necrotic energy, almost like the moisture has been sapped from his body. And you see the man you once knew as a relatively strong protector or fighter, depending on whose bad side you happen to get on. He is now gaunt, skinny. He looks not good.
He's gonna sit there for a second and like, if somebody else has something to say, Cole's gonna sit there for at least a minute or two, just dead silence, just do his own thoughts. So if anybody else has questions, now would be the time to do your side thing.
I was just gonna say that, and the silence, Addie will tell Cole that Onyx's last words were to tell you that he is sorry and to not look for him.
That's it? To not look for him?
That's what he said.
If he wasn't dead, I'd kill him.
Kazric, roll me an intelligence check.
First roll for Kazric.
Do make it a good one.
A 5 check?
Yeah, it's like your best stat, right?
Oh, why is that?
That's fine. 16.
I don't know.
16.
It just rolled twice for some
It lags
reason.
sometimes. It's fine. With a 16, you're looking at these 4 piles of like black goo, and you're looking at like and basically they've said demon a couple times, and they're like, oh, so and so, like we know who we're talking about. You don't know who they're talking about, but what you do know is in the north, and as far as you were aware, in the human empire, literally everything to do with demons is super illegal. Like, the gods get involved, the military will make you disappear illegal. And these guys are talking about just like, oh yeah, demons showed up, that guy did it, we all know who we're talking about. They seem very casual with what, from your interpretation, should be something that is like an impossibility. Like, they're a good chunk of the populace don't even know the word demon because records were scrubbed because they are so dangerous. And everyone in your newfound friends seem relatively comfortable discussing them for some reason.
So Kazric's gonna kind of go to. I'm sorry. What's Calyx doing at this moment?
He's still like kind
Crying?
of talking with. He's talking with Brontes right now. He's hearing everything that's going on,
Okay.
but his mind's
So,
kind of catching up.
I'm gonna
Brontes will
say
be
I'm near
recanting
Brontes
everything.
and Calyx then.
Yeah, I think everyone's standing, right? And then
Yeah.
it's just me and Addie by the body.
So I'm just going to.
I went over with Cole. I'm pretty sure though.
You guys are throwing around a word that is a little loosely. Demons involved in this? That's not something that's typical. Why?
Sure.
What are you involved with? What am I getting into aside
Not-
from the scourge?
Not so much from the scourge side. For all I remember, Cole, and he kind of points to the person over by Onyx's body, was the brother of the man who passed away. He was a paladin. He didn't talk much about himself, so I can't be too certain about it, but he had prior dealings with them, and a man wanted him dead. The person who we referred to, he who must not be named, he, for example, hired a party to impersonate us and rob people. When we spoke his name, those people turned into grotesque demons in front of us. To be completely honest, I'm not all too certain what that history was, and he, Onyx, wasn't terribly forthcoming about information. But what I do know is that he was one of the people who was chosen to kind of help put an end to the Star Scourge. He said he would tell us one day what was going on. Maybe.
Get it. Sometimes there's things that are just too much to tell other people. Sometimes the burdens are bigger than what they need to be. But it sounds like you guys were fighting these. You weren't involved with summoning them, because this is not normal. It's odd.
I'm gonna hear this. I'm assuming I can hear because they're only a couple feet away, right?
Yeah. You have your perception is decent enough that they're only a couple
Cole's
dozen feet away.
Do you think? Yeah, all right. So Cole's just gonna turn around and kind of snap at him. You think we wanted this? We think you think we summoned these guys just to kill my fucking brother?
That's
Think
literally
about it.
not what I just said.
Cole.
What?
I don't think that's what he was implying.
What I'm saying is, Sai, I believe your name was.
Yes.
She's correcting you. I was not saying that this was your fault or your brother's fault, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss. No loss is ever easy, especially the loss of your family. It's never easy, and it sticks with you for years. Again, you're gonna kind of see Kazric kind of look inside his shield again. Certain things just stick with you, but you have to live on in their memories.
Cole's gonna kind of half chuckle, like in a not a funny way, but like, yeah, I get it.
Alls I meant by what I said is, you guys are talking about a power that is not typically talked about easily or forthcomingly, and most people don't even know about. And now I get what's going on with the Scourge, but now we're dealing with two of those entities. So we're fighting a war on two fronts. I'm all for it. I just want to make sure I'm aligned with the right team. I do not fight for the bad guys. That's all I needed to clarify.
We're definitely not fighting for the demons. That
Wait.
was a separate issue. But let's focus on putting Onyx to rest and whatever Cole would like to do before we move forward with anything else. I think is the most important thing.
Ezric's gonna cautiously step forward and attempt to put a shoulder on.
A shoulder.
I'm gonna try to shoulder the shit out of
You
him.
just shoulder checks Cole.
I'm just gonna shoulder check everything out of Cole.
Yeah, Kazric, roll unarmed strike. Roll unarmed strike against Cole.
Do you actually want me to?
No,
No! No! Come on!
just kill him. Just kill him right now.
He's already dead.
On his body and just
No.
dismembers it.
Yeah.
Kazric's going to cautiously reach down to put a shoulder.
Oh my god.
Cautiously put his hand on Cole's shoulder. Do you know
Comments is
how
second
your
language.
brother-
Give him a break.
Do you-
Cole, out of instinct, because he doesn't know him, is just kind of gonna shake him off and kind of look at him. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna shake him off. I don't want his hand on my shoulder.
Do you know what your brother's last wishes would have been for his death? It's not easy to talk about, but
It's not
The best
exactly
way
something
to-
I planned.
the best way to honor is, aside from living on and living for their memory, is to do what they would have wished.
wishing's not something he was big on. But I know I can't fucking just leave him here.
So your options, it would seem, would be cremation or burial. But if you don't want to leave the body,
I won't leave the body. I don't trust the man that did this.
so then cremation.
Cremation?
Cremation is your only option.
Don't have many choices here.
I'm sorry.
He was in the middle of something and he couldn't even tell me. The stupid fucking painting. Or picture frame, whatever the hell it is. I don't care. This has caused nothing but a problem. And then I left him.
Cole, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but I could have helped.
You couldn't have known. Your brother was very stubborn. He probably didn't want you to get involved anyway. He cared about you a lot. He didn't want you to get hurt.
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to leave me either. And I left him.
You.
Well, even if you
Whatever-
were here, I don't think you could have helped much.
She's saying there was no chance?
It wasn't high.
Cole, you
And I
look,
hope you don't
you
take
look
this
around.
personally, but it's... What?
I was gonna say, you look around, like, he hasn't made a big note of it because obviously a lot has been happening. Brontes looks almost dead. He's severely wounded. Blood soaks all of his clothes, and he's barely standing up. And Ataraxia looks like she's about to collapse. All the color is gone from her body. She is also bleeding, and she looks like she's about to vomit up everything she's ever eaten, and she's barely keeping herself together.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that, because I was about to make a comment that necessarily wouldn't align with that, just because I was getting into it.
Yeah. They both look near dead.
Yeah, okay. Because, yeah.
I goes over to help Addie, like, keep upright.
Addie's already on her knees and she hasn't gotten up.
Well, I mean, you could still be, I'll still help you.
She's stabilizing.
Yeah.
To be fair,
the
I'm
hell
like
back
standing up,
then.
leaning on my staff.
Yeah.
It's just Bronte, so he's not gonna fall over on his staff.
I don't like this any more than you do. But it's not your fault. You didn't leave him.
But I
And
wasn't
he made a
there.
choice. You couldn't have. He made a choice. I hate that that is how it happened, but I don't think any of us could have convinced him otherwise. Even if you were here, I don't think he would have changed his mind. And whatever he was involved with, remind me, does anybody know that Sai knows that he didn't have a soul? Or is that not common knowledge?
You had
Calyx.
Calyx and Cole do. You had that conversation with Cole, and then I think eventually you looked Calyx in.
Right. Okay. And there was an underlying deal here that he made prior to all of this that we didn't know about, that put him in danger and put the rest of us in danger too. I wish we could have helped, but it was his choice.
Yeah, I'll just let that kind of resonate for a minute. Cole's gonna sit there for another. I'm gonna keep zoning in and out of this and rage and upsetness.
I kind of pull something out of my hair, like one of maybe a shell or gemstone. I don't know, something that I got from Underbelly, and I kind of put it on top of the cloak, on top of Onyx.
Kazric, while they're doing that, I will say, you've been in the city for, about 2-ish days. You feel pretty confident that you don't know what this gentleman's religious orientation was, but you know enough of the layout of your cousin's city that you could probably guide them relatively easily to basically any church or place that he could get cremated in alignment with whatever religion. Calyx mentioned he was a paladin. Whatever religion he followed, you feel confident you could guide them there pretty easy once they're ready to actually commit to it and move on from there.
So We can't sit here. I know we have bigger problems to deal with, unfortunately. I can't sit here and be upset forever. And we need to take care of Onyx the best way I can. Kazric, I'm going to take you up on your idea. It makes sense. I'm not leaving him behind. We got to get him cremated. But I'm going to kind of look at Calyx. Because I'm assuming the picture frame thing is in the middle of what we see is.
Yeah, it's in the middle of what appears to be some sort of devilish pentagram drawn on the ground.
That thing has to get buried because we can't bring it back into the city. Because there's obviously more involved with that than we ever could have thought. So that needs to get buried. That cannot come with us, but we cannot just leave it out here plainly. And then we got to figure it out from there.
Calyx, the hole that you pre-dug with like that, you see that like that is where you buried it initially. Like you see Onyx buried it initially. That hole was never filled in, and your bedroll, which you know that you were keeping the picture frame in, is off to the side, covered in dirt. You think that you could more than likely reseal it exactly the way it was before with that like sod that he pre-cut, and it would probably be, I mean, it's been open and closed a few times, but it would be pretty convincing if you put it back in the hole.
Okay, we can rebury it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that there is some way to communicate with the dead at temples and churches.
I can get you to one as well.
Do you think that, because we can't, obviously something more, like you said, Cole, is going on with this painting. Would you be okay talking to Onyx one last time to get his, like Kazurk said,
I
his
have
last
to.
wishes?
Kazric.
Kazurk, sorry.
I have
Kazurk.
to.
Then I'll bury it for now. We all remember where it is. And we'll go find out what Onyx's wishes were.
And as this is happening, I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna take the Fang necklace, right?
The Wyvern.
Yeah,
The
he has.
wyvern.
Oh, yeah, Wyvern.
The Wyvern
too.
Tower.
The very cool wyvern necklace.
I'm gonna take the necklace off and immediately put it on.
Put to your inventory.
I will add it to the inventory in a little bit.
It weighs 3,000 pounds. You're encumbered.
Then I die here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Cole would actually. Like,
Jesus.
that's it. Can I like lift the painting no problem and put it in the hole and recover it?
Oh yeah, roll an athletics check.
Just to lift a painting?
Oh yeah.
Wait, can we clarify? Are we dumb? It's not a painting, right?
Oh no, it's never been a painting. You guys have kept calling it a
It's a
painting.
card
and
inside
I've
of a
went
big
with
ass
it.
frame, right?
Yeah, it is like a
That's
little.
why I keep saying
It is a
frame,
little.
and then multiple people keep saying painting.
It looks like a little index card, but the frame is idiotically large to hold this teeny tiny piece of paper.
Okay.
Real
It doesn't matter. We all been doing it, but I was like,
Yeah.
I kept trying to say just the frame. The frame. I think I might have said painting once too, because everyone else kept saying
Yeah.
it.
Wait. We can't read it, right? It's in a language we can't read.
No, it's just a card. Like it's just a pictures. So it's like a little 3x2 rectangle with like unicorns, fairies, pixies, dragons. Like it looks very, very pretty. And like the longer you stare at it, it looks like they almost seem to shimmer and move just a little bit. But yeah, it's like it's clearly the back of something. It's not the front of something. It's like someone put it in the painting wrong, or put it in the frame wrong and then closed it.
Got it.
So, does anybody want to give me a hand or just...
I'll help you, even though I
If
can't.
it's
Think.
Thank you. I'm gonna roll with advantage then.
Yeah, roll athletics with advantage.
16.
Okay. You and Sai walk over, and you kind of kneel down and like you get your hands up underneath. You really can't get your fingers under it. You almost have to dig the dirt out from under it to get your fingers under it. And then you guys watch as Calyx on one side, he like kind of bends his knees, and he goes to like lift with his knees and put his whole back into it. And you watch as the painting kind of gets like his half, like size half really doesn't move, but his half kind of gets like a foot or two off the ground, and then he just drops it. Like his fingers give out and he can't lift it.
How is he carrying this?
Do you need help with that? Would you like me to try?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him and assist him.
Kazric,
So I'm rolling.
You're rolling
strength and
athletics. You're rolling athletics at advantage.
Okay, well, shit.
You, Calyx, you get on one side, and then you watch as Kazric gets on the other, and you watch as Kazric gets his fingers under just like you, but whether it's because he's lower to the ground or because his knees and legs are just stockier, you watch as, like, as he's lifting, like, he gets red in the face, you watch his veins start to, like, pop out of, like, his forehead, and you can see he's putting an immense amount of strength into this. You can see, like, his arms, his legs, everything's bulging through, like, his armor and through his clothes, and you can see now in this moment, this dwarf is ridiculously stacked. Like, he is muscular, and you watch as he at a certain point gets his hand on both sides of it, and he just kind of like using his like gut as a fulcrum, he kind of just lifts the whole thing out of your hand, and he kind of leans back, and like he's lifting an Atlas ball at the gym, he rests the whole thing on his chest, and he's just like holding it, and he's like, and at that point you think he's probably waiting for you to take the bedroll and put it underneath it so that he could slip it in.
My bedroll. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah. And then Kazric will put that in, he'll cinch it shut, and then he drags it and he drops it in the hole.
Damn, that's one heavy frame. I respect Onyx. What's his name? He can carry that. That's heavy.
He carried it without a problem.
He wasn't weak.
What a man.
Was a man.
Notably, when he drops it in the hole, yeah, it's in a bedroll, but you watch as it drops because it's unimaginably heavy. When it hits the ground, because Onyx isn't the one putting it in the hole, it slams it in the ground, but when it hits the ground, it doesn't move and it makes no sound. It's like it hit the ground with the weight of a feather, but it dropped with the weight of an anvil.
Peculiar.
Kazric, you look at it. That's some magic bullshit. Anyway.
Peculiar. What more do you want me to say?
Bullshit.
Classic magic bullshit.
All right. Cole, at this point, he's going to grab... he's going to ask Calyx to do a little sidebar. I'm going to step aside for a second. Everything he has on him. We're going to throw what we can in the cart. I would like you to make sure nothing goes missing. I don't have any worries about the group, but we don't know what's going on around anything else. Please help me watch him until we take care of him properly.
You have my word. I will keep watch of it. I'll make sure nothing goes missing. None of his belongings. And I'm going to do a quick inventory list with... I'm just going to do a quick inventory list and start helping carry the body and everything.
Yeah, the inventory. Yeah, and then the inventory we do have in the group chat, so we all know what.
Yeah, no, I just like I'm gonna make sure is all of that stuff.
I'm telling Ophisterra that it's that we have the screenshot.
I trust you guys to. You can divvy that up at whatever time you wish and whatever way you wish.
I mean, what I'm saying is like, is there anything from his inventory that is missing that Cole would notice, or does everything appear in there? Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, everything that he had is there.
Okay, cool.
Except for the couple things that the unclicked things I just put in the chat were put in the bag of holding, but I kept them so that I knew, what was put in the bag of holding.
Brontes would know, like, because he knows what's going on.
Well, I'm just clarifying that for everybody above board.
For Calyx, I will say, your intelligence, there is nothing that has been stolen or miraculously disappeared from his inventory that would imply that was part of anything that has happened today. Like, there's no magic items that are gone. There's no mysterious notes that have appeared. Everything appears correct.
No odd coins with eyeballs.
No odd coins with eyeballs, anything like that. Everything looks exactly the way it should be.
Okay. And then lastly, I guess, what do you want to do with his sword?
Leave it on him until his final moments, and we'll take it off.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Is it okay if I move him to the carriage then?
I'll help you. if I can.
I think I'm just gonna kind of scoop him up in my
be
arm.
careful, neither of you get cut with the sword. I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna kind of go below
Oh
his knee.
yeah, the
with my
sword.
under
Actually, wait.
his
The
back
sword
and,
fell
like,
out of his hand when he fought, right?
Yes,
So
it is on the ground. Yes.
Can I?
Check out.
I don't know if I can touch it. Somebody else. I don't trust.
Fuck it. Cole's gonna try to go grab the sword as Calix is picking up Onyx.
Okay. You pick up the sword. It is a sword.
Okay.
And then we load Onyx and Bob into the cart.
Okay, he's
And
loaded on the
rest.
cart. Calyx is
his
strong
sword
enough that
rest
he can.
across his chest.
Yeah, Calyx is strong enough that he can lift Onyx without issue. Even with Onyx's armor, he can lift it.
Okay. And then I would place the sword once he's laying in the caravan. I would lay the sword on his chest, put his hands on it.
Okay.
You know, it's like a proper. He's holding it kind of thing.
When you do that and you wrap his hands around his sword, you watch as the sword glows a little bit, and you watch as his hands like tighten, almost like rigor mortis, and they appear to lock around the hilt of the sword.
Shit.
Well,
You know, I was gonna put it in the sheath. I was gonna put it in the sheath. I thought it'd be proper to do this.
You know what? I think that Onyx went down swinging, and he would definitely not fall with his sword sheathed.
That's hilarious.
So wherever he is now, I think this is appropriate.
That's what he would have wanted.
What he would have
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
All right. I guess at this point, I'm gonna sit in the back of the caravan, obviously, with Onyx, everyone else, whoever's gonna get on the horses, and we'll kind of just start heading back. There's nothing else for me to do here.
Yeah. At this point, by the time you have done all this, it is now about. I mean, because I'll say like Bronte said to recap everything. You guys did a whole inventory. You're gonna have to walk there and then walk back. It is like 6:30, close to 7. You know, like you guys are approaching a point in which, in about 2 hours, you'll have been up for 24 straight hours. You feel like you really need to go to bed in like the next 2 hours, or you guys could be significantly exhausted. Except Kazric, though, you're great. You just woke up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not gonna be a problem. That we're on different sleep schedules.
And you'll take first watch. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Can we get a cup of
Addie's
coffee?
gonna get off her knees finally, but she struggles very much so to do so. Her legs are shaky, like she can barely stand up.
Sai helps you. Can Sai carry Addie?
You can assist carrying Addie.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can carry Addie.
I can totally.
Calix has a papoose.
Fortunately, it is not an ataraxia-sized papoose, unfortunately.
Addie is
Oh.
pretty tall.
Yeah. Those wacky, lanky elves.
Half elf.
Yeah.
I think all the elves are dead. I could be wrong though.
Looks
Oh,
at
but
Bronte.
one.
Looks at
Addie-
Bronte's.
Looks
Hey, I
at
guess you're dead.
myself.
Yeah, I guess you're dead.
5'11", I don't think.
We need to
I'm
roll
not
rest.
dead yet.
Oh yeah. We definitely need a long rest, but like we really just can't leave all
the
of this
the
out.
DM leans into the microphone. Give me a minute.
Addie will definitely lean on Sai for support.
You know.
Calyx is just kind of sticking next to Cole and staying quiet, doing as Cole asked,
You make your
and
way.
kind of
Yeah.
paying respects to Onyx.
I mean, it's still
So is-
early enough in the morning that there's still no traffic on the road because it's still so early. So yeah, like if you just kind of head right back to the front gate, you get there without issue. There's no traffic. There's no people. It looks like there's different guards at the front gate now. The shift probably switched to like relatively recently. But if you ask to be let in, they let you in with no issue. They have no reason to care, basically.
I'm gonna hobble my ass to a horse.
Okay. Sorry. It's just I'm good until we get to the church.
Oh, unfortunately, you have not yet specified to your guide what church he's taking you to, because there's about 13 different gods.
Oh
So-
well. He said he would know roughly the best one for a paladin, right? So how do we?
No, that's
Well, like,
not
Paladin-
really-
Paladin is just somebody that
Worships a
Right.
deific being. So yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
be a
need to
paladin
know
of
the
any
specific
god.
one
Literally
for
any
him.
god.
Would he have wanted to go to one of the neutral gods, one of the good gods, one of the more malignantly
good.
aligned, shall we say?
Chaotic, if you will.
He wasn't a bad person, but he got tied up in the wrong shit.
Chaotic it is.
Off the top of your head, Kazric, you're thinking of gods like Umberly, who are the god of the sea, or the goddess of the sea. She is chaotic evil, but not because she's angry or like evil. It's because she embodies nature, weather, and the sea, and the sea is fickle, much like she is. So she is very like her tenets are like uh, settle your affairs before you go out on a boat. Uh, every time you take a step forward, you're risking your life, but in exchange for reward. If you die on my ocean, it's because you were weak, not because I killed you. Like that's her kind of tenets. That is one of the bigger quote unquote chaotic gods that are not like straight up banned, because obviously there are banned evil gods. Um, there's also the dwarven god Tyr. He is technically chaotic evil, but he's also very rigid in that sense. Like he has a lot of rules in terms of like, uh, you're nothing if you don't have something. So whether you're a smith, whether you're a warrior, whether you're a teacher, like if you're not 110% in something, you're basically not a person. Like if you can't find your calling, it's because you're a failure. That's kind of his, like he's a very tough love teaching, but he will drop you like a hat if you stray from the path. He's not forgiving. Those are like, that's another one.
Is this for figuring out?
This is for him to figure out what kind of like what gods he'll suggest to Cole, basically, in terms of like what church you want to go to, because there's like 13 gods.
He seemed very like angry to get something. So I don't know. Whenever that guy was mentioned.
Well, the options are Umberly. She's of the sea. She's more aligned with, the fickleness, the tempestry, the chaoticness of the sea. And then there's Tyr, the god of dwarfs. He's rigid. You have to have a calling. But if you're not there, he will drop your ass.
Yeah, they're both very might makes right kind of gods. Where like you better earn my favor or fuck you. Like there is no like, oh, you'll get it next time, child. There's none of that. No coddling.
I can lead you to either.
We'll go to Umberly.
Umberly.
You take the temple to Umberly is located kind of more towards the center of the city. It appears that the temple itself is decorated in all manner of nautical heraldry, and there's like a rusty anchor just sitting on the front lawn. There's fishing nets that are just hanging on the front of the building. It looks like the building has been completely grown over with like moss and mold. It looks like it hasn't been cleaned. It looks like it's a stone building, but someone for some reason built a widow's rest on the second floor. It doesn't appear functional, but it's there. It is very clearly an attempt to make this building specifically feel like it is in a coastal city, even though it is landlocked in the middle of a bunch of mountains.
As we arrive, I would ask everybody to the back of the caravan before we take his body out, so I can speak to everyone. I would like to ask that everyone, do you agree that I have all the right and to receive everything that Onyx was?
You don't even have to finish that question. It's
everything that was given or promised to Onyx is mine.
Yes.
And I will divvy up to the group as I see fit to properly help us from here on out.
Yes,
we appreciate
absolutely.
that, but you don't have to divvy up anything. That's your brother. That it's all you.
That's all that's left of him in this world. It is yours to decide what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
You do what you want.
Thank you. I'm gonna, because is Calix in the back of the wagon? Well, we're all there anyway. Let's take everything off of him.
Do you
I'll
want it
leave-
like up in any specific way, or just?
Well, we're gonna bring him inside, but let's take his items because you wouldn't want me letting them go to waste. Because that's not who he was. And we'll bring him inside while he's holding his sword. Will be the last thing he holds.
Okay.
So we'll take everything off, and then we'll bring him inside as he's holding his sword. I'll have Calix carry him to wherever he needs to go to in the church.
You take about
Not everything.
you take about 10 minutes, and it takes about 10 minutes to unclasp his armor and all that stuff. But yeah, after about 10-15 minutes, you've thoroughly stripped him, and you've left him holding his sword in like his common clothes.
Do we? I know you and Onyx didn't really like having Flower around, but she did make that flower crown for Onyx. Would you want to bury it or whatever with him? Cremate it with him? I don't think you cremate it. I thought we were gonna. What are we doing with the sword? I'm confused. Well, do you want it for him? Regardless.
I
Paul's gonna
could
take that as
also, if you'd like, entangle his flower crown with the one she made for you, if you'd like.
Aw.
As much as we had issues with the whole situation, we did come back to help Flower. That can go with him in honor.
Give him the flower crown.
We kind of hand over the flower crown, and I imagine that I caught Addie up to speed, and we can RP that later. And Bronte's about the flower crowns, and I also handed them theirs.
Yeah, so you distribute them when it's appropriate.
All right, so I'm assuming we walk in, drop Onyx on a table in a room, and we start.
You walk into what is again a very nautical themed like center area. It is nothing like your typical like Christian church. It is circular bar tables, old wooden chairs. There is an actual bar that appears to be completely stocked, but all of the bottles are unlabeled, and they just look like different versions of like 1-gallon jugs with 3 X's on them. And they're just kind of like, they're not placed in any sort of specific order, but it looks like the bartender probably knows what all those bottles are, and they're in his specific order. And it's like disorganized in an organized way. And all the way at the end, you do see a man at what appears to be an altar. This altar looks like it is just a ship's mast that has been ripped off of a ship, put in the center of the room, cut at like 5 feet, and then someone put a big steering wheel into it. And then there appears to be some sort of book or something on the top of the mast, and he is standing there, and he appears to be he's lighting what looks to be censers at like an altar, and as they burn, you smell the distinct smell of sea air and seaweed. He does not appear to have noticed you've walked in.
I am here to ask for a proper cremation for my lost brother today.
He turns around as he hears a voice enter the room, and he looks at you, and then he looks at the body, and he goes, you be needing some services then. Well,
Why did you pick the sea?
Well,
Why did you pick the sea temple?
Well, the sea bitch always provides.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming, but
No, none of us were ready for that.
I kind
I
of
thought
leaned
it
in
was.
on the fact that it was a pirate-themed goddess. You committed.
I know.
Will you be doing a burial, or you be burning?
Cremation, please.
We be burning on.
I see.
Oh my god.
There's a pyre out back. You can bring him there. And he gestures to a back door that appears to be a wooden door that is like broken on one hinge, and you think that if you open it too quick it'll just fall off, but everyone has just not bothered to fix it because they're not the one who broke it completely yet.
I'm gonna ask everyone to say their final goodbyes here, except for me and Calix, because Calix is gonna help me move them.
Kazrick, would you like to give your final goodbyes?
I was waiting for someone else to jump in. I really feel like it wasn't appropriate.
Patrick, come on. You knew
Onyx.
you had to start.
Aye, Onyx, I knew you
It's
for
almost
like 6
you
minutes.
know the guy. You can feel like a personal connection to the man.
In another life, we would have been twins.
Something like that.
I didn't know you, but it seems like you were a good warrior. Rest
Guys, this must be serious. Get it together.
Yeah, and then Kazric steps back.
my head on the
Kazric,
wall.
Kazric steps back as he says that. Does anyone else have anything to say to Onyx one final time?
Hold on. I was gonna see if I had any way of like getting like a flower or something to.
A druid craft can sprout flowers.
Is that a spell or is that just?
It's
something I
it's a
can do?
cantrip all druids get.
Okay, so then I'm gonna do that and just lay a flower on his chest and say, I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I hope wherever you ended up isn't too terrible. Rest well.
As Addie said that, Cole is gonna just nod at her, even though she knew I was yelling before and frustrated. I'm gonna nod and kind of like a thank you gesture.
And Eddie's gonna step back.
Brontes will approach and say, I guess I will never know what it is you wanted to talk to me about. But fare thee well, companion.
Cole's just gonna stand there.
Actually kind of hurts. I'll never know.
So
And I'll walk away.
never know.
These boots were made for
Yeah. Sai, do you have anything to say to your fellow tiefling?
Yeah, it was hard leaving Underbelly and everything that I knew to venture out and I guess like discover myself. And then when we went on this save the world quest, you kind of made it seem not hopeless, which is odd to say since you were just really interested in just fighting, but I think you were honestly my first friend that I made outside of Underbelly. First friend I've made in a while that I didn't grow up with. And the world seemed a lot less scary with you around. So thanks for traveling with us and protecting us and putting up with all of my stupid shenanigans. And then Sai's going to cast Prestidigitation to create like a little show of sparks as like a fireworks send out. Rest in peace, big guy. Or fight like hells, wherever you are.
And then Sai steps back, and then I believe you said Calyx is going with you because he has to bring him. So
Yeah, I want Calyx with me.
so then both of you are following the priest then?
Yes.
You follow him out back, and there is a pile of wood that has been assembled into like it looks like a combination of like a Viking funeral pyre, but like obviously there's no boat you can put it on, but it gives that kind of vibe. And there is a very distinct like layer of cloth that you could probably rest Onyx on that he would fit on relatively evenly.
I kind of motion to the guy like right there. That's where we're going.
He nods.
Kind of lay Onyx down, and I go back and stand by. Before that, I kind of talked to Onyx, and I said I wasn't able to protect you. I wish I was there with you. Maybe things could have been different, but I promise you I will be there for your brother. And he steps back by Cole.
As you're stepping back, you kind of like you take one last look at Onyx, and you watch as you're looking at him, like you see the flowers that are on the flower crown, the flowers that Addie made, and it's on this like big fire, and you can smell this smell of like oil that clearly this pyre has been soaked pretty thoroughly, probably by the priest relatively recently, in case they needed to do this. That way it would burn completely and you wouldn't just end up with a skeleton. And as you're kind of like about to turn and step away, that smell of oil almost immediately gets replaced by like an extremely pungent sulfur. And it like assaults your senses. And you stare at it and you hear this like cracking. And you look back and you see Onyx's head has lifted and his neck has bent unanatomically. It looks almost broken. and he stares at you with eyes, and then in his eye sockets there are no eyes, there are simply fire that are burning out, and it looks like it's consuming his entire face. And in a familiar, spiky creatured voice, you just hear, "We know this won't be the first one." And you watch as the entire pyre and Onyx with it burst into black flames and disappear. Cole, Calyx is just standing there. Like he's standing there and he won't back away.
That was a vision.
Oh, that was a vision.
Yeah.
That's what
Calyx
he's
Calyx made the gesture like he was going to start walking away and then just froze and he's just standing there.
Wait.
Dude, is your brain broke right now?
Yeah, I literally just had like a whole
Okay.
brain pause.
Basically, what happened? Everything that Ophis just
Yeah.
described
Yeah.
did not happen.
Calyx
in your
is
eye.
seeing that.
That
He
is
is
just a
currently
vision
seeing
in
that.
Calyx's mind.
Calyx
Is being
realized-
tormented. Calyx is
You
being
just saw
tormented.
Calyx stop moving.
Yeah.
Calyx is being haunted
Yeah.
by
Fucked with,
his
one
soul
could
weapon, in
Yeah.
a way,
Yeah.
one might say.
So for me,
And
it's
his
normal.
inability to, yeah.
Yeah, for you,
He just
literally
stayed
nothing.
there.
Yeah, for you, Calyx like half turned around, looked back at Onyx, and just stopped. And it's been like a minute and counting, and he's just stopped, half turned, like looking at Onyx. Onyx has not moved. Calyx, you can't move. Like you can't break your vision away. You can't close your eyes. You're just watching this column of black fire eat away at the pyre and the person who was on top of it, and it's almost like in slow motion the way that like pieces burn away. It burns away in chunks. Flesh burns, revealing bone underneath. Bone burns away, relieving flesh on the other side. And the entire time you're just hearing that laughter that you heard from the creature who said he was going to make life very hard for someone. And it looks like currently, because of your association with your soul weapon, it is currently you.
Calyx.
You hear Calyx, you hear nothing.
I'm gonna kind of like go over to him, like, hey, kind of tap him. Calyx.
Cole, if you take your action to like shake Calyx, you can Calyx, you will shake out of it. It is like you woke up from a dream, but you never went to sleep. You just kind of like your eyes are open, but somehow you feel as though you've opened your eyes again. And Onyx is laying exactly where you left him. The pyre is exactly where you left him. The smell of sulfur is gone, and you just see a concerned-looking Cole kind of like shaking you out of a daze.
So, sorry, I don't want to have any more friends go. I don't want to bury anybody else. And he kind of seems like a little bit more resolved behind his eyes. He's like, I won't bury anybody else. I'm sorry about Onyx.
Kind of nod at him.
And then he's gonna, Calyx gonna take one last long look at Onyx, just seeing if any flames or anything come back. And he just sees Onyx laying there, withered but pristine. And he's burning this moment into his eyes. And he's slowly gonna walk back over by the priest.
Yeah, and as you walk closer and closer to the priest, you just hear ever so slightly in the back of your head, it's like, "This is the path you're on. We can always change it." And but as you feel as though you get within like 10 or 15 feet of the priest, like as you get closer to the priest, you feel that voice become like fainter and fainter and fainter until once you get within like 5 feet of the priest, it almost like it's like that voice in the back of your head has almost been deafened.
Because Calyx is still kind of looking off. Because again, I didn't hear that. Right? That's just in his head.
Yeah, that's that only in his head.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the priest. I would like to speak with Onyx one last time.
Do ye have your questions prepared? You only get 5 after all.
I do.
Then give me but a moment. And you watch as he walks over, and from underneath his robe, he pulls out what appears to be like a glass vial, like a potion bottle. But in it, you see, it looks like seawater. And inside is like algae, seaweed, a little bit of sand, like a broken up clam shell. And you watch as he gently opens Onyx's mouth, and then he pours like one drop of the water in, and then he closes Onyx's mouth, and you hear him chant words in like a religious language you don't understand, and you watch as a blue energy washes over Onyx's entire body. You watch as his body reverts to the form it was before he took the necrotic damage. So that kind of like gauntness disappears, and he kind of regains his typical, like, his normal muscle mass. That, like, his color comes back. It looks almost like a second like he's being healed, but you know that he's just having his body functionally sanctified, and the taint of the demons has been driven out. And you watch as his eyes begin to glow blue, and then he sits up, like doing a sit up, his hands still around his sword, and he turns his head towards the priest, and then the priest will, saying nothing, he will gesture for whoever is going to come up, and he will say, "You get 5 questions. I'm sorry, it's not more."
Okay. Onyx, I need to know, what were the last creatures that you fought?
Oh yeah, there was these disgusting demon things that just appeared that we were fighting with.
What was the ritual you were performing before you got interrupted?
I was, as you know, I can't tell you all the details. I was performing a ritual to try to get rid of the painting so we didn't have it with us any longer. Frame, sorry.
Cole, you hear Onyx apologize to someone, but you don't know who.
Yeah. Do we need to be worried about he who shall not be named?
That douchebag? Yeah, we should always be worried about him, but only when he's with me. When you're with me. I think he's only after me.
What are your thoughts on me and the rest of the party? You care about us?
Well, you, of course I love. I was starting to tolerate Sai, but she could be a pain. I respect Calyx. And the others, I think I'm beginning to come around to them, but it's hard to say. We'll go with tolerate for the most part.
I'm going to turn around real quick for one quick second before the 5th question is asked, and I'm going to whisper to Calyx, so please, I hope this doesn't go to Onyx. No, because it's anything out loud. Or Calyx. I'm just going to kind of nudge Calyx.
Do you want me to? Not a question, but he kind of gestures like, "Do you want me to like vocalize and like ask something?" Or
Up to you. He had a lot of respect for you.
I'm going to ask something that I wish I had the chance to ask my own father. And he says it more like a statement, and like kind of like, is that okay without asking a question out loud?
I'm just going to nod my head. You have free reign.
What was your fondest memory with Cole?
Reuniting. After I thought he was gone was probably one of the best things in my life.
And then after he gives that answer, you watch as his body like twists back into place. That blue glow leaves his body, and his body like sits back down and lays down into the exact position that you originally laid him. His eyes still closed, and his hands still wrapped around the sword.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm going to try to pry his fingers because I'd like to retain the sword.
You attempt to pry open his fingers, and the effect of the sword activates that says that once the sword is in his hands, it cannot be unwillingly removed from his hands. He is currently not sentient enough to will it removed, so the swords remain in his hands.
Give me 1 second to think about that, please.
I cut off his hands.
Trust me, I thought about saying that as a joke, but you would have fucking like...
Absolutely. The priest monk might have had something to say about that.
That ran through my head immediately. Give me 1 second, please.
Yeah.
You could just cremate him and hope the sword doesn't also,
Yeah, kind of.
You know, if the
Yeah.
sword is still remaining afterwards,
You
then
would know-
take the shot.
You would
and-
know that magic weapons can't be damaged by conventional means. So yeah, like if this is just normal fire, the same way that if you dunk the sword in acid, like it would never get damaged because it's magic. So
All right. So I guess we'll just I'll kind of say my last words.
Which are
It's very emotional.
I was teeing it up, man.
Yeah.
Gotta pause. Onyx, I know you can't hear me. I hope you can somehow. I'm glad I found you a long time ago. I'm glad we got to reunite one last time. Give the afterlife some hell. And I'll kind of gesture to the priest to do what he needs to do. And I'm going to tell the priest I would like to retain the sword after the cremation if it's available.
Aye, give me a moment. And you watch as he, in his left hand, he takes Calix's hand, and then in his right hand, he'll take yours, and then he'll hold both his hands and both your hands up, and you watch as he, like, again in that religious speak, he says something, and you watch as a 30-foot high pillar of blue fire seems to rip itself open in the sky and then fall down onto the pyre, and you watch as the entire pyre burns away in blue holy fire. You watch as the wood, the oil, and the body burn away inhumanly quickly as holy flames incinerate this body in such a way that it can never be resurrected with necrotic magic. And after 30 seconds, there is only ashes, and in that ashes, what appears to be an untouched metal sword. And then he'll look at you and he'll go, "Did ye bring a vessel, or were you hoping for a sea burial?"
turn.
I'll take a vessel.
Aye, give me a moment. He'll run inside, and then he'll run out back out, and he's holding what appears to be a large clay jug with 3 X's on it.
How appropriate.
But
That'll do.
he flips it over on the bottom. You can see that there's a seal of the goddess Umberly. So it looks like a wave, like that's being like, it's like a crashing wave with a lightning bolt through it. And then you watch as he waves his hand, and you watch as there's like the wind almost seems to change, like as though he's controlling the weather. And you watch as it swirls the ash that was once Onyx's pyre into almost like a miniature tornado, like a 2-foot high tornado. And you watch as he holds the jar out, and the tornado like perfectly directs a stream of ash into it. And then as soon as the entirety of the ash is in it, he puts in like a comedically large rubber cork, and then he'll hand it to Cole.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then he'll back up and he'll gesture for you to take the sword, and then he'll kind of take a few steps back and he'll go up to Calix, and he'll go, "For the record, that is 5 silver pieces, but I want to give him a moment."
Caleb just silently hands him 5 silver pieces.
Much appreciated.
Caleb just doesn't even bat an eye. Can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna give him 5 silver. I was gonna say, could I give him 50 copper? But no, it's fine.
Hi, fuck you.
Hey, you're in church. You take whatever lands in that dish, man.
Yeah. Get your cheap ass out of my temple.
I'm kidding. I hand him
May poor travel follow ye.
Damn.
No, I give him the 5 silver.
Okay, he takes it, and then he lets Cole pick up the sword. Cole, I assume you attempt to pick up the sword.
Yes.
Cool. You pick it up. Nothing. It's a sword. It's warm. It's very warm, but you imagine that's probably because of the holy fire.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna kind of turn around and walk out and kind of gesture Calix follow me and just say thank you again to the priest and just walk out.
If you'll be needing anything else, my services are always available.
At a price.
Appreciate it, but hopefully not.
Aye, I agree. Never forget, if you risk the waves, always ask the protection of the sea bitch. And then he goes back inside.
How much is the protection of the sea, bitch? Blessing for travels, just wondering.
he puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "If we knew that, our ships wouldn't disappear, would they?
Right, so
But hey,
into the new horizon.
nothing wrong with asking, right? Maybe she'll pity us." But he says that and he smiles. And he smiles. It's like when he smiles past his beard, you see that he has rotted out teeth that have fallen out. He has scars on his face, where his hair doesn't grow in. He looks like he was a sailor for 40 years. And as he talks about just the worst parts of sailing, he just has this fondness for it of God, I love my job. It tried to kill me every day, including the person in charge of it. But God, I love my job.
Set sail to new horizons.
Aye.
And I'm gonna go
New
back
horizons. And he pulls a flask out of his pocket and he slams it.
Nice.
And he walks back into the church.
Honestly, this is the burial Onyx would have wanted. I was not certain at first, but I think you guys got it right.
Dude, Umberlee's one of my favorite gods.
I'm not saying that out loud.
Umberlee is one of my favorite gods. I love her so much. She is the embodiment of I'm in a bad fucking mood, fuck you. Where in the Forgotten Realms, you're supposed to throw a bunch of booze off of the boat as you leave port. And depending on her mood that day, if it's enough booze, she'll guarantee that you get home. But if she thinks she didn't throw enough booze in, she'll just kill you. She's like, nope, tidal wave.
Take the rest of the booze on the ship anyway.
Yeah. And she gets mad. She gets mad if you don't call her the sea bitch. That's one of her actual titles. So if you attempt to call her something that isn't Goddess Umberlee or the sea bitch, she'll smite you. If you're like, oh
Goddess
yeah,
of the wave. Nope, you're wrong.
yeah. If you say oh, she's Goddess of the sea, she will sink your boat. She's like, that is not my name. I'm a bitch. Call me the sea bitch. Give me my booze.
Kazric respects this woman.
Woman knows what you want.
All right. So I think we'll call it there on that. We'll walk back out.
And you walk out. Will you be making a pit stop at Moonglow to buy that scroll?
Real quick, I'm gonna ask Calix as we're walking out. Do you think this is possible? Because you're a crafty guy. Is there a way to wither out this talon? Where I could possibly put some of his ashes inside of this necklace to keep with me?
I'm certain there's definitely an artisan who can do that for us. Do you want to stop us? I'm worried I may break it. My hands are I think the talon is literally the size of my finger. It might be a little difficult for me to do it without guaranteeing it won't break. But it's definitely possible.
Addie might be able to help.
I was gonna say, can you walk me through it? Because I have good dex.
If you knew some sort of craftsman, you might
okay, so yeah, Addie. Okay. All right.
Some sort of craftsman.
Yeah, that they were talking to each other privately in whispers.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else in the group has some craftsmanship who might be able to help us out a little bit more.
Okay.
But we should
We'll reconvene.
I think that's a nice thing to do.
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be.
For the record, Cole, you can put onyx in your inventory.
Oh my god!
He weighs approximately 15 pounds. And he shatters and he breaks if you take thunder damage.
No.
I'm saying far from Sai.
Mine's lightning.
Hers
not
is lightning,
thunder.
that's different.
You're right.
So, but if Bronte shatters you, though, and shatters as it breaks all non-magical items, well, you might have to clean up onyx.
Oh my god.
All right. So let's go outside. I'll come outside. Addie is the craftsman, correct?
Addie's not a craftsman.
No.
Oh, it's you.
I'm guessing
Cole,
it's probably the new person.
Cole,
who
you
never
think
had
to
a
yourself, boy, stereotypes are stereotypes, but aren't dwarves an entire race of craftsmen? They might be able to help me out. I don't want to be racist or anything.
We're gonna go outside. I'll pull Kazric to the side. I know I don't know you for very long, really not at all. But would you be able to do a small favor for me?
What do you need?
This necklace was onyx. Well, onyxes. I'd like to put some ashes in it so I can have them with me into every battle from here on out. Can you help me with that?
Do I have to roll anything to know?
No,
Or can
I mean
just-
you're just gonna
Right.
roll a Smith tools check. You're basically just
Yeah.
gonna take like a Smith's file and you're gonna file out the inside.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
almost impossible for you to fail. The DC is 5 for you, so literally just
Oh, I have.
literally just don't roll a 1.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
have a +8 because I have proficiency. With
Yeah, I
it.
know. That's why I'm telling you, don't roll a 1.
Okay, great. Yeah, that is something I could do. My clan, we're warriors and master craftsmen, and aside from my father teaching me to battle, my mother was a master of the craft.
Woodwork?
No. Woodwork.
Did you just insinuate dwarves work with wood? How
No.
dare
What is wrong
you?
with you? You just asked for a favor and you insult me?
My inside thought keep me outside.
But yeah, you have your smith tools with you, so you could literally attempt it right here in the street. It'll take like a minute just to file out the wyvern. You don't need to get like your anvil out and heat it or anything.
Did you want me to do it now?
Yes, please.
So just smith tools?
Yeah, just smith tools. 13.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
That was so quick.
Yeah, with 30, yeah, you watch as it takes about a minute or two. He files out a hollow cavity on the inside of the wyvern talon, and you watch as he deftly, like he kind of improvises a funnel, bending some of the leather in his like the leather that he puts on his lap to put his tools on, so that he doesn't accidentally like burn himself. And he makes like an improvised funnel, and he pours like a little bit of the ashes into the talon, and then you watch as he uses some of the shavings mixed with some adhesive to make handles for weapons, and he caps the bottom of the talon so that it seals the ash within.
Thank you.
Happy to help.
Kesrick, you did craft something. Do you mark it with the clan crest, as is tradition?
Do I have space?
Oh yeah, with your skill, absolutely. The question is, do you do it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tradition.
He he hands it back to you. Would you like to it's very, very tiny on like the little cap of where he capped in the ashes. Would you like to describe what your family crest looks like?
You just stamped my fucking necklace.
He absolutely did.
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Now we're gonna have
He
problems.
signed it. He signed it. It's how you know who did it.
I just tagged it.
By
Hilarious.
They're dwarves, dude. They got to do it.
It's tradition, apparently.
It's tradition. He has to do it.
The winds commanded it, actually.
His backstory commands
So-
it.
You don't fucks with traditions.
Yeah.
Of course. So the crest you're going to see is the Hammerfall clan crest. You're going to notice a 3 mountains similar to what's on my shield, but not quite what's on my shield. You're going to notice 3 mountains, like 2 small peaks, 1 peak in the middle, with a hammer crossing down through them with lines showing the hammers striking and falling. No, I don't have artwork for that.
Cole, he hands you back the talon necklace. It looks impeccable. It's exactly what you wanted. There's just a little bit of a marking on the bottom, a little bit of a
At the moment, I don't think I'm gonna care.
Okay. And then that resolves that is now constructed. In 30 seconds, you watch as Kazric puts all his tools back in his pack. He repacks up his smith tools, and you guys are all set.
Guys, I'm not feeling too good. Can we maybe go take a really long nap at the tavern?
Yeah, at this point, it is
You
like
wanna-
it is like 8 a.m. at this point because it took you 30 minutes to get back into town. You did the whole ritual at the church. And then you did the couple minutes to do the talon. You're very tired.
Yeah, we all need some sleep. Whatever we can get.
Yeah. So is everyone just going back to the tavern?
Correct.
Yeah.
tavern, and then are we gonna hit the road at night?
Well, you would finish your long rest at about 2 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that's fine. And then find an ideal place for camp.
Yeah, then we'll just
there.
And
Yeah.
then before we
Yeah.
leave, we'll just have to make a quick pit stop.
What's the last pit stop? Jog my memory. I'm sorry.
It's by the scroll from Moonglow.
The Augury
That's
Skull.
right next to the tavern.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay, yeah. In that case, you guys.
Also,
Okay, so you guys make your way to tavern. I'll say you pay 6 silver. I don't care who marks off 6 silver. 6 silver is marked off, and then you're paid up for the night.
I'll mark
Okay.
off the 6 silver.
did you pay for a room for Kazakh too?
Yep.
Thank you.
Good. I didn't put any silver on his sheet.
That's why.
I paid for a room for everybody.
Okay, we go to bed.
And he was like, I just need to go to bed. Like, dropped the 6 silver on the bar and just kept walking to the room.
Yeah. Yeah, the bartender recognizes you. You guys spent the last couple of nights here, and he could also tell that 3 of you look beat to shit, and all of you look like walking zombies with how tired you are. You're like about to collapse from exhaustion, and he just doesn't even say anything. Like, he doesn't even ask if you want to sign up for the fight pit tonight. He's like, enjoy your night. And it's like 7 a.m.
A fight pit, you say?
Yeah, and so if you guys all want, I would say nothing happens on the long rest. If everyone would like to long rest, they may long rest. The only thing I will say is, Calyx, when you go to bed, you are met with, there's no words, there's no conversations. There is only a path in front of you. You get the feeling that when you wake up, you can make a decision. And then in the options presented to you are as such. You can, in spite of what you've lost, you can continue to attempt to protect, knowing that you might fail, but also knowing that you might succeed through what has been learned through the person or the creature that you now know is the Flammarius Rex. Or you are given with the option of the creature you now know as Wrath, who has shown to you that while you have already failed to protect those you have said you could fail, but he can give you power such that if you kill anyone you meet first, they can never take from you again. And you know that when you wake up today, you will have to decide which path you are taking for this leg of your spiritual journey, you could say.
Okay.
Question.
Answer.
Since it's a long rest and it's 8 hours, since I only need the 4-hour long rest due to trance, can I use the other 4 hours to attune to the bracers of defense?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
So you can add that to your. I believe I attached the card.
Yeah,
to
you
your
put it.
already.
You put it in the. Yep.
Yeah. Just make sure you mark somewhere that you currently have. What do you have? 2 things
All
that
three.
you have all 3
I have
attunement
3.
slots, right?
Yeah, I have it marked in the little tally
Perfect.
next to.
Just and remember, you can switch those out, but you're currently capped at 3 right now, so you've maxed out your attunement.
I have it marked at least.
Perfect. Then yes, you can do that.
And it goes up by 2.
And then, is there anything anyone else wishes to do during their long rest?
Do I sleep for the whole time?
You sleep. You are bouted with your typical nightmares, but nothing particularly different or worse than they have been. Like, you don't have anything. Nothing has happened to you to stimulate anything more substantial. It seems like the emotions of what has happened have. You could argue that the emotions of you being awake have dulled you to the emotions of you being asleep, at least for tonight.
But I dream? Ugh. Nightmares. Love it.
Oh, you always have nightmares. They're just not notable. It's those nightmares that you wake up from in a cold sweat, but you forget in like 10 minutes. You know they happened, and you know they're scary. You just can't put your finger on the specifics, at least not tonight. Or this morning.
The whole long rest, I just sleep.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't do
When
anything
Addie
else.
wakes up, she'll cast less.
Well, you have
less
to sleep. You have to sleep for like 6 hours. You have 2 hours of like downtime if you want to like craft something, or if you want to go like get food. You just can't do anything strenuous.
Okay, never mind.
And then Addie, you also only sleep for 4 hours, so you have 4 hours of downtime if you want to try to do something specific.
First thing she's gonna do is cast lesser restoration on herself.
Okay, yeah, you cast lesser restoration stuff, and you are cured of 1 poison or disease of your choice. I assume you're picking you're gonna die in 9 days disease.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think there's any other disease I have to cure off myself.
Well, in case, just in case you want to cure your alcoholism or whatever.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and you can restore your maximum hit points to whatever they were before they were reduced. So
I think I was 29.
yes, it's whatever you have, and then you roll a 3. So add your maximum hit points by 3. However, because you cast this at the end of your long rest, it doesn't heal you. So your current hit points
So
are 3 less
6.
than your maximum because the spell
Okay.
does not increase your hit points.
Okay. Otherwise, I don't think she's really gonna have anything to do.
Like everyone else sleeps for your typical 6 hours. You guys wake up at like noon, but you guys obviously have 2 more hours of downtime. If I would say, because it's midday, if you guys want to say on your downtime that you run down the street and buy a scroll, I'm not going to count that as strenuous activity because it's like a 30-second walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we need to
Okay.
do that.
If you go to Moonglow with Bronte's 5% discount, it'll be 95 gold pieces for an augury scroll.
So I have. I know I don't have enough, but because I got the rights to all of Onyx's stuff. Why can't I open my character sheet?
Because you're stupid.
Because you still have 50 gold.
No, I have.
Yeah. Oh, you.
I sent a screenshot of everything that Onyx had.
Do you want me to just give you access to his character sheet?
No, he gave it to us. I just didn't pull it up because I thought he just knew.
Oh, okay.
Wait a second. I'm just trying to steal the gold for the exact moment. He had 3.
Yeah,
Right.
because I gave you my money before.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take the 3 just for easy numbers. And then I'm going to ask the rest of the party. I need 95 gold to get this scroll to Bronte's. I only have 25.
I have 65, though I prefer not to spend all of it.
I mean, if you want to just agree to pay me back for it, I could just front you the gold and buy the spell. Scroll.
I don't think I have much of a choice. I need to do this. So if you'd be willing to front it.
As long as I can get that in writing. Mr. Rogue.
Bronte's the lawyer.
All right, I'm going to sell something. Hang on. Never mind.
Onyx's armor would sell. It is severely damaged because of the demon fight, but it would sell for 1/3 of its value, and I believe it cost 350. So
give me 1 second.
it's like split mail, right? Yeah.
Yeah, split mail is on the wiki 200 normally.
So you can sell it for 67 gold, heavily used.
So that'll put me at 92.
Correct, you're 92.
Yeah, you need 3 more.
You could sell something else of Onyx's.
I'm gonna have
If
to.
you sell both his daggers, I will say both his daggers will equal 3 gold.
Sure.
Both of Onyx's daggers.
Yeah, because I think Cole doesn't have any more daggers, so I need to buy daggers anyway. I think.
It's only right if you just keep using Onyx's dagger.
Yeah, so
I'm
probably.
just gonna
Can I
give
just
Cole
borrow
10
3
gold.
Yeah, Addie just gives you the last 10. You now have 102 gold. You have enough.
Like,
She feels
I didn't want to deal with the writing.
Yeah.
no,
He
you
didn't
don't
want
have to
to
pay me
deal
back.
with the lawyer.
Fucking buy the scroll. Do what you need to do.
Yeah. I would say you have 102 gold. You can mark off 95 gold, and you can add 1 scroll of augury to your inventory. That scroll can be cast by anyone. That can be cast with 100% success by anyone who has a level 2 or higher spell slot.
That's a scroll. I wrote that wrong. I put 2 O's.
I do it all the time. No worries.
Scroll of what and
Augury.
Okay, so I have that now in my inventory.
Yes, and then that is a one-time use, but it lasts forever. It doesn't expire. So whenever you want to cast that, you can cast that. Well, you can't. But you can have someone cast it with who has a second level spell slot.
Okay, I'm gonna gesture. I'm gonna explain to everyone now. I'm gonna get to the party because we're all outside, right? And we're done with the long rest and everything.
We're done with long rest. Calyx, if you just want to tell me which I'm sending you. You currently have access to both. Which one am I taking away?
I thought I had more time. I thought I was going to be able to think about this a little more.
I'll tell you what. Calyx has overslept. He is thinking about implications of the future. But for your perspective, he has overslept. If you guys can do this now while he is thinking.
Oh, you're making me decide before we leave the city? Oh, damn it.
I said when you woke up, it's you finished your long rest after the headband stuff. So
I'm going to stick with the Rex.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into...
You're not going to give in to the wrath just yet.
I don't like how you said that.
Well, he's
None
not
of us.
going away. The heat ambiently radiates through your headband all the same.
Okay. I'm gonna explain to everyone. I'd like to go to Onyx's last spot. I would like to spread his ashes where he fell. I think he would like to die in the field where unfortunately he went.
Okay, so on our way out of the city, we'll stop there and you can do that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do that once we get out of the city. So is everyone good with us going to the last spot?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as we get there,
I'm
assuming
sorry.
nothing happens.
I'm sorry. I did forget one thing. Cole? You went with Brontes to buy the scroll, right? Or did everyone go to the store to buy a scroll?
Well, I think Addie had to go to give him the 10 gold
Yeah.
that he didn't have.
Yeah. Well, because I know Brontes had to go to get the discount. The discount applies to Brontes. So I assume that the three of you went together.
Sure, yeah.
Can all three of you roll me a perception check?
Uh-oh. Damn. Can I just use my passive? It's way better than that. though.
Unfortunately, not for this.
I've already rolled.
Cole and Brontes, you both noticed that the display case where there was those last time you came here there was a short sword that was like for sale. You noticed that the display case that was there has been smashed and there's no short sword. And it looks like the glass has been cleaned up, but the case is still there.
Oh, that's the other break-in that happened, I guess.
Flower?
Now if you want
Would
to
you
leave the city, you could leave the city.
Conversation, because this is the people that like you.
Did you guys have a slight problem last night?
Oh yeah, we did. It was weird too. I went to bed and I locked up the store and I had everything magically alarmed, and I came back in the morning, probably 6:30, 7 a.m. when I usually open up. Someone had broken two of the display cases. They took the sword that was for sale, and they took the boots that I had for sale. But it was weird. They left 2 pouches of coins of exact change in the display cases.
It's an interesting.
It's still
That's
technically
interesting.
It's still technically a burglary. I had to report it, but I guess if you really needed
paid.
something, they paid. I don't think I would ask for their hands to be cut off if we caught them. I think I would just want to know why they felt the I mean, it's not like neither of those were healing items. It's not like they were dying. They just, when you gotta go, I guess. And if the store's not open, a lock is just a suggestion.
I mean, I guess.
She shrugs. I'll have to make more. The slasher short sword and boots of voltage striding are no longer available at Moonglow.
Can I roll investigation on the storefront to see if there's anything else, like a calling card or something, that may be a trace of something they left behind to identify it?
You can investigate if you want. With your perception, you don't see anything like that, but you can investigate if you want.
I mean, I'll try. That's
No,
terrible.
you don't see any. I'll let the higher number go with the 20. Like you don't see anything that would indicate like a calling card or like anything was moved or like anything was broken. Like the windows don't seem broken, the door doesn't seem kicked in. It seems like someone came in, broke only the display case, took out the item, put in exact change as though purchasing the item, and then somehow snuck back out without damaging anything either.
I'm gonna look at Addie and think. I whisper, "Do you think it could have been Flower?"
I don't know. I mean, she was capable of doing a lot
He's
of
a rich
things.
12-year-old that can teleport.
It's possible.
Did she have any more teleports?
We don't know. We didn't see her. The last people to know anything about her were Sai and Calyx.
Yeah.
We just met them in an alleyway, pretty much.
Yeah. The last time she was seen, she was suspended unconscious in a bubble of red energy on a stage in the middle of town.
So anything else, or are we heading out of the city?
I'm good.
Yeah, then you make your way to the edge of the city. And yeah, if there's no more business to be had in the city, you make your way out the front gates for the final time. You kiss Clove Cross goodbye, a city of, we'll just call it mixed memories, given the context. And you make your way once again 2 miles outside the city to a tiny camp you've set up in the middle of the woods, and you arrive. Nothing appears to have changed in any way in your short time away.
Onyx. Oof. That was a rough start.
I like to think that happens. Like he turns to
Yep.
his left and is like on it, and then he's like, oh, and then he turns
Yeah.
the other way.
Brontes, I'd like you to use this spell scroll for me on Bob.
I can do that.
Cole would hand it to Brontes.
Okay. Brontes, are you just casting Augury, or is Cole gonna give you like a question in writing that you want to use with the spell?
I feel like it should be specific to whatever Cole wants.
Yeah.
So I would give him the option instead of myself. Just
Well,
relay that I can do
Yeah, I guess
either.
yeah. The person casting it has to quote unquote ask it. So you just could say like, just tell me what to say verbatim, and then we could just do that.
Yeah.
How much would it cost for him to learn the spell? And
It
how
is-
long
it-
would that?
I don't believe it's a wizard spell. I think it's druid cleric.
Druid cleric only. Okay.
But it would cost. It's not evocation, so it would cost 100 gold pieces in ink and paper, and it would cost 4 hours.
Just you get like a 50% discount. Okay, fair enough. I'm not even gonna go down this road. Just do the thing.
Let's do it.
Whatever Cole wants asked will be what's asked.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna
I
go
will
with what
just
we
cast
put
the
in the
spell.
group chat.
Okay, in that case, you just tell me now the exact wording of the spell that Brontes, or that of the question that Brontes is going to repeat when he casts Augury.
Would finishing the ritual benefit the party to any capacity?
Okay. And so Brontes, you're casting Augury, and then you're saying that exactly.
Correct.
Okay. Brontes, you cast the spell, and you all watch as there's like a red light that kind of like covers Brontes' eyes. It's almost like blocking his vision, like it's blinded him, but put his vision somewhere else. And this like ambient red energy is kind of like almost rippling off of him. Brontes, you feel your vision pulled up, and it's like everything, like a painting, everything kind of just gets wiped flat like a blank canvas. And then you watch as Augury activates, and it's picking Wheel and Woe, as is the spell. And it shows you 2 scenarios. On the one scenario, you see the painting back in the basement that you stole it from. This painting remains there for, you watch as the sun rises and sets several times. It's hard to count how long, but eventually at some point you do see that it disappears, and then the vision shifts and it shows that painting in that frame in the grasp of a hooded man, one you don't recognize. He appears pale, human, very sinister depictions, like a very sinister face. He does not look like a nice gentleman, and he is surrounded by 4 other cloaked figures, and they appear to be doing some kind of ritual with the frame in the center. You watch as that ritual completes, a fissure appears in space, and several thousand black tentacles appear to reach out from the fissure and widen it, and then the vision cuts off. And then the second vision happens, and you see a vision of you all completing the ritual in the exact location that Onyx was doing his, that it was about half done. And you watch as in that ritual a portal opens beneath the frame, and several dozen devilish hands reach up, grab the frame, and pull it into the ritual. After which you see what appears to be a green spiked creature being given a black disc of some kind. Once the disc touches his hand, like given to them by what appears to be a very beautiful white-skinned creature with black leathery wings and like black steel armor. as soon as this black disc touches the green creature's hands, you watch as it doubles in size. Its green skin shifts to almost like a blackish ashy color, and it gains leathery wings itself, and it from its hand grows what appears to be some sort of long sword with a very unique pommel on the bottom. And then your vision ends. And you watch as the scroll burns away in your hands, and it has been used. So please mark off the scroll of augury.
I already did.
Okay.
We're really gonna have to learn that spell. Just put it there.
One
Above-
day.
I mean, Ataraxia already knows that spell.
I'm gonna turn to Cole and I'm gonna say the answer to your question is definitely seems it would be more beneficial to the world and everyone if we just completed his ritual.
What would happen? Calyx kind of reaches out from the other side.
I'll relay the two visions as Ophis stated them to the party as they are standing around. And
So-
state that the distinct pommel mildly I believe resembles the one that's currently sitting over there with Cole.
It does.
So what you're saying is, just to abbreviate it, is if we complete the ritual, it sounds like Onyx will be
Benefited in his afterlife of dealing with the eternal hell fight.
I don't know
Also
much about the
sounds
Eternal
like-
Hellfire, I'm gonna be honest.
It sounds like if we send it back though, that someone else is going to steal it and cause problems.
That's only if we send it back to the museum.
It sounds like that'll be.
That's if we don't take care of it and someone else reclaims it and brings it back to where we got it from. At some point in the future, someone else would get their hands on it and use it for something that does not seem like a very good outcome.
Did the hands? Oh wait, no, they didn't resemble. Was it similar at all to when Tiamat dragged that guy's soul down at all, or no?
No, they were not draconic. They were
No,
like
they were
red
demonic.
and leathery.
Just
They
demonic.
looked very clearly
were-
like devil hands.
Yeah, demon-esque or devilish.
Can I blame it again?
Okay, then, in honor of Onyx, and I'm just gonna kind of look at Cole.
I
In honor
think-
Oh, sorry, you talk. I thought your silence was you weren't gonna respond. I'm sorry. Go.
I think we know what needs to be done.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Do we
Yep.
know the ritual?
I'll answer
Bronte's
that
not
one.
for
No.
that one. Well, Bronte's watched the ritual being completed,
True.
right?
Brontes,
should
you
know
did
that.
watch half of the ritual be completed while you were taking watch. If anyone has a chance of mentally reconstructing how this ritual is supposed to go, it would be you. It will either be a religion check, which I don't know how good about those you are, or you can attempt to reconstruct it using strictly your knowledge of magic, the magic of portals, and you can basically attempt to hotwire the arcane, the devilish circle into an arcane circle, and almost like shortcut it. But you know that will be harder, and that failing will do that could have consequences.
Also, I've because I came here to spread Onyx's ashes, regardless of where he last fought. Let's just say I'm throwing a shot in the dark here. If I sprinkled his ashes around where we try to recreate this ritual, would that give any assistance in any capacity?
You do not think that adding ashes to the ritual circle will affect the arcane nature of it.
Question. The way you described the vision that Bronte saw,
Yes.
would he have seen the completed ritual
It's
and
kinda what I'm
have a
asking.
chance at remembering it?
He would have seen the moment of its activation. He wouldn't have seen its assembly.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you think, if you remember, Onyx already drew the circle. The
Pentagram,
circle's
yeah.
done. It was a series of blood, chalk marks, and prayers to set it up, and then you just had to finish the prayers and the ritual to activate. But he never read the book you read and never got the visions you got, so he basically needs to attempt. It's like trying to create a sentence in Italian knowing,
have no idea.
having only read the Bible in Greek once. You're like, I could theoretically math the root words out, given
much
enough
can we
time. It
bullshit?
would just be really hard.
So it would
How
either
much of
be
this can we
what I'm
bullshit?
assuming Arcana at disadvantage or religion.
Well, it's going to be religion, and the DC is going to be lower compared to Arcana, where the DC will be significantly higher.
Any chance we could ask Bob for some guidance? Calyx wouldn't know that. I'm just joking.
I believe he's made it very clear. Bob is just Bob.
Bob is
I mean-
currently a sword. That being said, since someone said the word guidance, if Brontes wants to say out loud that he's about to attempt the ritual,
Yeah.
Say the
I'll
line.
cast
Say the line.
guidance.
yeah.
Yay!
Okay, Brontes, are you going to be making a religion check with a plus D4 or an Arcana check with the plus D4?
I will make a religion check with a
Now, would Addie have been there too to watch it at all? Give any advantage if she?
She was in her own
walking?
headspace
Yeah.
about Flower.
Yeah,
That whole
she was
time.
freaking out about Flower. And also, Addie's magic is nature magic, which is the
Alright.
antithesis of devil magic. So it's like two different languages. She has no background
Very
for it.
unhelpful.
Yeah. So yeah, in
Like
that case, when you are ready, please roll your religion check with a plus 1d4.
Oh,
So 7. So
Dude.
you watch as Bronte
That's a
sits, he kneels at the completed circle, and he's like, "Yep, that's a circle right there." And then he starts saying words. You're like, "Oh, he's chanting something in like infernal," and then you kind of think about it, and you're like, "Wait, I speak infernal." No, he's just saying nonsense. Maybe that's a different language. No, he's just saying nonsense. No, he doesn't know what he's doing. And after like 5 minutes, it becomes readily apparent that
I have no idea how this
in terms
works.
of your religious ability, like the stuff you've gotten from Mistra is just so far
all
removed. in
Arcana
this-
based.
Yeah, it's so far removed, and you do not think that you're gonna be able to religion your way out of this. The option to hot wire is still available, but I will remind you that is the one that if you fail has consequences, that has side
backfire.
effects, has a chance to backfire. It's not guaranteed, but you might connect the portal somewhere you don't want it necessarily to go.
Well, don't tell us that.
He would know that. He's basically attempting to recreate a portal through the dimensions. He knows there's more than one dimension.
To a
So if he
random
gets it
outcome
wrong,
that I don't know.
it's
the
going to go to a
initial
different
you
dimension.
probably can't roll 2 nat 1s in a row.
You don't let the dice hear you.
backflashes to Cole's most
Yeah.
recent combats.
Backflashes to rolls double nat 20 in a row, which is the same likelihood of 2 nat 1s in a row.
I mean, couldn't we just go get another one of those scrolls, guys? And ask?
You want to buy it? Because I'm broke.
Well, I don't have the money for that. This is your thing. I
Unfortunately.
have honestly no idea what's going on right now.
I mean, I
Brontes.
would rather not the bad outcome of this. So
Just succeed, and there won't be a bad outcome.
the dice heard you.
You'll have guidance.
You'll have guidance. Think about it. With guidance, that's a plus 1d4. You can't possibly
That-
fail.
I mean, there are people around to attempt to help me if I do get exploded by this fucking portal.
if someone
Well, I
is,
mean,
if
we're-
someone
and
is,
again, we don't know what
Yes.
happens if the portal goes to the
I
wrong
will say,
place.
if someone is, you can't get advantage because you're the only person who's seen part of the ritual to be able to do the Arcana check.
Mhm.
But if there's anyone who's proficient in Arcana, I will say one person who's proficient in Arcana can assist you, and they can add their proficiency bonus to your roll as well. So you get your roll plus your bonus plus the 1d4 plus 3. If there's another person who's proficient in Arcana in the party.
On a very hard roll.
On a very hard roll.
I don't
I don't
think
think
I
you were.
am.
Yeah, if you
I
have
don't think
Arcana
there's anyone else
checked on
in
your
the
sheet.
party and in the party
No,
that does
I'm
Arcana
not.
check.
Or just throwing it out there.
Might help.
Maybe there's other options.
There's always other options.
That's
These are just the ones that you have in the moment without having to go back into the city again.
I comprehend the language.
It's infernal.
I mean, you already do. It's in Infernal. You speak Infernal. It's just the issue is not that you can't understand the words. The issue is that you don't understand like the sequencing that Onyx was doing because you didn't see him do it. So Brontes is basically trying to like math out the sequencing from the context clues of what he overheard, just
And
like
I don't
straight book learning.
And I can't recognize it just like generally.
I mean, you recognize like you see words like blood, sacrifice, honor, you know, like transport. Like you just see words, but the words themselves are functionally meaningless because you lack the context of like what the symbols that aren't language mean because you're not really like book learned. You can feel as a sorcerer that it's obviously a portal. It's a portal ritual. It's going to open a portal somewhere. You can feel that kind of like transposition magic.
Can I like feel like do it?
Can you?
Can I like vibe out like?
If you're gonna, you can attempt to like try to put your magic into the portal to help Brontes. I will allow that, but if it fails, you will be in the portal when it fails. Because you're gonna have to basically put your hands in it and like channel your magic into it as almost like an auxiliary battery or something. And if something goes wrong, you'll already be in it. There will be no saving throw.
I do not.
There'll be no. I just die instantly.
Will not die. We don't know what would happen. Is kind of the
We have
problem.
no idea what would happen.
Whatever happens.
But it could help.
It will definitely help. I will let you add. I will let you
now.
add. Because you don't have. Yeah, you're not proficient in Arcana, so I will say you can add your proficiency bonus. Anyway, despite not being proficient in Arcana, because you're using your charisma-esque abilities as being a sorcerer. So you get to substitute your Arcana proficiency for your vibe proficiency, we'll call it that. So you still get he'll still get the +3 the same way he would if someone was proficient in Arcana. But you will be at proverbial ground zero if it were to fail. Whether something comes out of the portal or you go into it, you don't know. But if something were to happen, you would be the first one to get hit by it.
All right. I'm also going to chime in. Brontes, I know I'm asking a lot because this didn't work. And I know we're taking a risk here. But I'd like to think that, one, I'd owe you another. I'd owe you one, and I will. But I also did help you get something out of that dungeon for you. Can you help put that in your head too? Because this is not just for me.
I mean, I'm okay, I guess, with trying to hotwire the spell. It's more so if Sai helps. She's also kind of at ground zero.
This is the last thing we can do for Onyx that we know of.
I may not know a lot about magic, but couldn't you just buy another scroll and ask it what to do?
Again, that's
We're running out of money, and
That is an option, but we'd have to go all the way back to the town.
Well,
honestly, it seems worth it. To be completely honest, I'd rather
someone
not.
just
That is
takes
true.
one of
At
the
least then we would
horses.
know what we're doing.
Someone could take one of the horses and get there in a much more efficient and quick manner.
we're not splitting the party anymore. Stop.
No, split the party. Someone go off alone.
We're all going together.
And you're
if we're
gonna
going-
you're gonna leave the painting here again?
Ah,
So
Oh my god.
I think we should just try this. Question: if I have inspiration, does that mean we could reroll?
If Brontes had inspiration, he could reroll because he's the one making the check.
Would it be a +6 if I made the check?
No, it would be you get to roll again before I tell you if you fail. But you can't make the check because you're not proficient in Arcana.
Right. Would it be a +3 on top of what he gets?
Yeah, so he's going to roll
So
1d20.
currently, what would my roll be?
Right now it's 1d20
I know it's my
plus
Arcana.
Arcana plus a 1d4 from Guidance because I assume Atarax is going to cast Guidance again. Then after all that's added together, flat +3 on top of it.
So I'm getting my Arcana check plus a D4 for.
Yeah. Think of it this way: what your contract's
Guidance
your
and a
contract's
+3.
what? It's +8 or +7? What is it?
My Arcana is +7.
Okay, so you're going to get a 1d20 plus 10 plus a d4.
Okay.
I feel like I don't want to die, but
Sai's like she likes the odds. Does anybody else have Arcana proficiency
I think
above board?
I don't think they
I'm
do.
Because I don't want to shove Sai into a portal to hell.
Unfortunately,
Just to be
no.
clear, I'm very opposed to this entire
Yeah,
plan.
the only
Yeah, mine's only a +1.
person who I think had the ability to take Arcana as a proficiency would be the Arcane Trickster, and I don't think he did. So
I did not.
yeah,
this feels like a
Well, I believe I have it typed in properly. It's /R 1d20 plus 10 plus 1d4.
Yep, that should work.
Plus 30. With-
Monty's
No,
like,
the
you're
three-
really-
Well,
no,
I'm
that's a plus
adding
7
her
plus 3, yeah.
proficiency to
Never
my
mind.
mod.
I'm
so-
sorry, I just realized the D10.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's chill.
Yeah. If that
So
is,
are we taking
yeah.
the risk? Because I need to know if I'm hitting enter.
It's kind of
Alright.
all up to Sai. Calyx does not know this plan is planning right now and Sai's risk. I'm
I'm
saying
basically
that.
asking Sai
Kazakh-
personally if
Kazakh
she's
as well.
willing to take this risk.
Yeah, really, honestly, this is really gonna come down to Sai. Because if Sai's like, "Fuck it, let's do it," and Brontes is willing to do it, it's happening.
She's the one that's like it point blank
Yeah.
at the portal of what's gonna open.
But does Sai really know what's gonna happen if it fucks up? Is the real question.
But does Sai think about does Sai think about Onyx in that moment and go like, "It's the least I could do," knowing that this
Well,
would
it's also-
directly help him?
Yes. Sai will do
Dilly
it.
dilly.
Okay, if Sai's doing it and Brontes is willing to do it, then I will
Wait,
ask.
question.
Answer. Answer.
Can I use my living lightning and do it through that and not hurt myself?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god!
If you remember, living lightning, you're allowed to use it as a substitute for things that require touch. So yes.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to a random patch of object or whatever and like shocking graphs and summon.
Unfortunately,
red.
that if you recall, that will not work. You need to cast a leveled lightning spell.
I cast.
Good thing we just long rest.
Yeah, right. I was so hoping she would forget that she could living lightning substitute it out.
No, I didn't forget. I cast Chaos Bolt
And then what do you transmute it to lightning?
and I transmute it to lightning.
Okay. In that case, and then when you do that, I assume you're going to spend the sorcery points and then bring out change.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then mark off the sorcery points, and then change appears, and then you can mentally order change to put his hands in the middle of the circle, and then you could step like 20 feet away, and then like.
Away.
Yeah. Brontes, congratulations! You are now the most at risk one again.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not what I
He's
wanted.
not,
fine.
but he's not.
He's not in it though. He'll get a chance.
That's fine.
In it.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
just imagining a tiny lizard.
But I have to like look through
I
it. Right?
do have
I
an inspiration, so if it is an absolute shit roll,
Yeah, if it's
I
after
have
shit
the
roll, you can
opportunity.
re-roll it. Yes. And as for Sai, yes. You can, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to share your senses, but you can.
I'll share my senses.
Okay. So from your perspective, you are on your hands and knees in the middle of the circle with like your little tiny dragon lightning hands, and you're like touching, and you're like creating like a bridge between both ends of the ritual, and you're like pumping your magic into it, and you see Brontes is like chanting and doing all sorts of magic. And Brontes, when you are ready, please roll.
All I think of right now is finding Nemo. Wahoo, wahoo, wahoo.
Onyx's
Amazing.
face. Oh, let's go!
Dude, you watch as for a brief second, like, as Brontes is hot wiring this portal, you watch as, like, Sai, because you have your vision in the lightning, like, you look down and you see, like, the grass disappears, and for a brief second, you're above what looks like just an ocean. Like, endless ocean, no air. Water as far as infinity forever. And then it quick flicks, and it's like, oh, now I'm just in the sky? And there's no ground. It's just the sky forever. And then it's just Earth. You're just underground forever. And you're like, that's fucking weird. And then it flips again. And for a brief second, it looks like what you think heaven would be. And then it flips again, and it's just all shadows. And everything looks dead and decayed. And there's undead walking all over the place. And then it flicks again. And it just keeps flicking. And it's almost like it's like a TV search that you hit scan. It's just scanning for the right channel really fast. And then you watch as, like, eventually it locks onto a particular point. And then once it locks on a particular point, you're looking down with the dragon, and you just see what appears to be a woman with her arms crossed, sitting in a chair, tapping her foot. And she looks up and she points, and you watch as there's 2 or 3, like, what looks to be attendants in that room with her. And you watch as they start flapping their wings and they fly up to the portal where you're sitting. And you watch as about 6 red leather hands come up, and they all grab different corners of the frame that you're, like, sitting functionally on top of. And you watch as they slowly begin to drag the frame, like, down into the portal. It doesn't pull you with it, but you can kind of see the process of it getting dragged in. And then as it gets dragged in, you see, like, the magic of the frame starts to, like, flicker and, like, flash and see, like, weird colors. Like it's somehow interfering with the ritual, but not enough. like the ritual has been designed to counter it. And then after it's pulled all the way in, you just see this pale skinned woman, black leather wings, like tight leather armor. She just makes eye contact with the dragon that she can see, and then she reaches into the cut, almost like into her cleavage, and she pulls out like a singular black coin, and she rolls it on her fingers, and then she like flicks it, catches it, she winks at you, and then she snaps her fingers, and then you watch as the ritual just slam shut.
Did that just work?
Yeah, I stared her in the face.
Who?
This tall, pale lady with tight leather black armor. Leather black? Black leather? Christ. And she flipped a coin. Black one.
Coin?
Was like anything about like the area, or was there just the woman there?
It looked like you were in some kind of office.
I was like in an office.
Was she a demon or devil?
Can I recall? Do I know these things?
Religion check to see if you know the kinds of devils.
There's definitely no shot, but
Did she speak in Infernal?
she winked at me. That is what happened.
Dude.
You're actually pretty sure that was God. You might have sent it to the wrong plane.
God, actually, she looked pretty,
Pretty angelic.
Pretty mighty, pretty angelic.
Angelic.
Totally, 100%.
That sounds like it matches the description that.
The vision.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Are you talking to the dragon or are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Brontes.
Oh, I'm confused.
I'd look over and say, "My name is Brontes."
Pleasure. That sounds like the description of the woman from the vision that Brontes had. So it sounds like it worked. The coin and everything matches.
Black
Was there
disc,
another one?
woman in leather
Did I get
armor.
like any
There
specific
was.
feeling from staring at her? Like a.
You got the feeling that she was very, very powerful. So much so that you feel like with the portal open, if she really wanted to, she probably could have forced herself through it. Like if she had a reason to.
Right.
But she didn't, because she was ultimately, like, if the vision is to be believed, she was functionally getting what she wanted. So there was no reason for her to intervene. So she just kind of like acknowledged you. And the only thing that you think might be weird is the fact that she was acknowledging the little lightning dragon, like as though it were a person, like knowingly, knowingly, like it wasn't a familiar, but she didn't speak and she didn't seem to comment on it. She seemingly just knew.
She also seemed to just know that I was the dragon. Like, I don't know, it was weird. She just like had those vibes,
Yeah.
Like,
Can I see the coin?
I don't have it.
Oh no, she didn't. She didn't give her the coin. She like picked it up and like rolled it on her fingers to show that she had it, and then she like flipped it and caught it in in her hands, like the show of like.
Okay.
Almost like
I outside of Psy know what that is.
Yeah.
But
Almost.
Psy,
Yeah.
I don't think I know what that is.
You can think of it almost like she was showing it off in a way that implies she knew what you saw in the vision you just received.
Oh.
As though she was the one who gave you the vision.
Gods are annoying. Can I opt out?
Yeah, those aren't gods.
We don't know that.
Well, according to Sai's religion check, that was actually literally God.
It was
So.
actually God. It was Ophis, actually.
Yeah. It's crazy he's back. It's nuts. Tell him to beat the Star Scourge again.
I'm not using my inspiration to reroll that. That's stupid.
That being said, though, I will say the one thing you notice that, like, after the ritual completes, after about a minute, you watch as all the runes and all the chalk and all, like, the blood markers, you watch as they slowly fade out, right? They slowly fade out. And then all around where Change is standing, and they all just kind of, like, erode away like they were never there, and the grass kind of springs back up underneath them, like the markings were never there. And the last thing you see, Cole, is you feel like your belt almost gets a little lighter, and you look over and you see that from the tip, you watch that the bob from its tip, it starts to rust at a rapid speed, and you watch as the entire blade and handle just slowly melt away into dust, like they were never held together in the first place, and the only thing it leaves you is a particularly decorative pommel, until even that disintegrates away.
I think it worked.
I think she was satisfied. I mean, she
We
seems.
have to believe we did the right thing.
I mean,
Bob.
for now, I suppose, yeah.
There was a reason Onyx was doing this.
I bring change back to me to sit on my shoulder.
Yeah. Hey, Onyx. So you find yourself sitting in a room.
Oh?
You felt the last tethers of what was binding you to the world, your last proverbial rope of life that could have maybe been used to bring you back into your body sever, as you can feel the connection to that body destroyed forever, as the body has been cleansed in what you can only assume to be holy fire. You wake up sitting in what appears to be a nice wooden chair in a familiar office in front of a large window. Though what you see outside of this window is not what you've seen before. What was once a perpetual scene of bloodshed, constant war, nightmares, demons slaughtering devils, and vice versa for all of eternity, this time you see something significantly different. You see a large green landscape pitched at as though in the bottom of a giant bowl, a giant hemisphere, with you at the bottom. From this high point, you look down and you see boulders the size of continents perpetually rolling up and down each side of this giant bowl, flattening what is in front of it, only for it to spring back up and regrow as it passes, only for it to roll back down and get flattened again. And these giant spheres seem to roll back and forth, seemingly randomly, never losing or gaining momentum. As you can feel in your soul, you have finally been called back to the home plane of your deity, Glacia. You are in Malbolg, the fourth or fifth layer of the Nine Hells. Once again, you find yourself in the office, and after a moment of looking at this, to you, what would be the final accomplishment, the thing you were always trying to get, you look further and you see legions of devils. Some are training with weapons, some are training in hand-to-hand combat, some are training with magic, some have set up stalls and are attempting mercantile escapades. It seems to be an entire society on this layer, until you hear a chair slide up next to you and you look over to see the familiar form of Tempest. She looks at you somberly, knowing that while you may have failed in what you've done, ultimately all paths lead to the end, and you find yourself here now. She puts her hand on your shoulder, and she goes, "End of the road. Was it worth it?"
Wish I'd succeeded. But this was always the end.
It was. But would you like some good news?
Exists.
It always existed. But now, you don't have to call yourself a failure. You were smart enough to make some very good friends. And you watch as she reaches into a pocket of her leather armor, and she holds up what appears to be a little 3-inch by 2-inch something with unicorns, dragons, decorative rainbows, everything on the back that you recognize as whatever was in that giant frame you were lugging around. And you watch as she flips it around so that you can see it, and you see it, and it appears to be a playing card. You see what appears to be just a singular diamond, an ace of some kind, on the playing card for a fraction of a second. The card bursts into white light, blinding you temporarily, until once the light dissipates and you regain your vision, you see on her finger, you now see a silver ring with 3 blue diamonds embedded into it, like a very ostentatious wedding ring. It looked like it would be worth tens of thousands of gold after haggling. And she goes, your friends were kind enough to complete the last leg of your journey. So, congratulations. You did actually meet the entry requirements to pass probation, as you could say, to enter the family. So, given that, I suppose I can't go too hard on you. It wasn't the way me and Glacia had anticipated you completing your mission, but a mission completed is a mission completed. Devils have never been one to be sticklers, just so long as you follow the rules. And my only request was receiving the item, and that has happened. So, I suppose let's start with letting you feel a little more comfortable in your new home. And she waves her hand over you, and you feel uncomfortable as you watch as your skin turns like a sickening, disgusting green color. It looks almost like it's necrosing and falling off, and you feel thousands of little tiny like pinpricks, like the pins and needles for when you fall asleep on your foot, but it covers your entire body. And you watch as thousands of little like 2 or 3 inch spines push their way out of your body. Your armor rips off, your clothes rip off until you're just standing there like wearing armor basically made of spines. And you realize that as per the rules, all mortals sent to hell, as per Soul Deal, are turned into devils. You can recognize yourself. You are now a barbed devil, a relatively middle-ranked devil with some authority, but not much. And she goes, not yet. You do still get your reward after all. And you watch as she rolls a black coin on her finger, and she puts it between her pointer finger and her middle finger, and she just throws it at you, and it almost magnetizes to your chest, and you watch as it like burns a hole and sinks into your chest past your new leathery, spiny flesh, and you watch as all your flesh kind of grays over and blacks over and turns into this almost ashen stone color. You almost double in size. You're easily 11 or 12 feet tall. From your hand, a giant stone blade grows, and on its hilt, at the bottom of its hilt, a very familiar pommel appears. You gain 2 black leathery wings, and your face twists and warps into what looks like some type of metal headdress. And you realize that despite having not yet committed any acts of valor or accomplishments in hell, it seems like something has been worked out, that you have already received your first promotion. And you get to take the front lines of your lady's blood war as an eater of hope. Memories of the life you once lived quickly fade into the background of your mind as time dilates and you spend the next eternity in your new found family. And the camera pans back to the party, now knowing that they have resolved all unfinished business with Onyx, and knowing that unfortunately they will more than likely never see their friend again. But at the end of the day, everyone helped in knowing that he did get what he wanted. At that point, does everybody leave Clove Cross for good?
Yes.
Actually, yeah,
No, dear God,
yeah,
yes,
we're
please.
going. We're going.
We're leaving for now.
Then the only thing I need to know, how are you getting to Kingspear?
We're not.
Why?
We're taking that like hard right. We're not going through the mountains. I'm pretty sure we
No,
are.
because
being
if you remember, the current
Thinking
path,
about-
the current path you're on that goes through like the valley between 2 mountains, the safe path, is the path where people have been being abducted by a mystery monster. The
Crazy
alternative is you could go through the mountains, but it would make it take longer. So currently, the shortest path, the one that has the monster attacking people, takes 3 days. You have 4 days remaining, counting today, and it's 2:00. So you have 3.5 days remaining to get to Kingspear before the execution. It'll take
fast
you
path it is.
fastest path is okay. So is that the party's decision? They're taking the fastest path.
How much time do you have? Sorry,
3.5
Yeah.
days.
You have
We got-
you have
We have
3.5 days, and the current fastest pass will take 3.1 days. So you have
Traveling
a
at
buffer.
normal.
Traveling at normal pace. You can travel at a fast pace, and it will be quicker. But traveling at the
But we
pace
have
you've been
risk of
traveling.
encounter.
Correct. If you travel at a fast pace, your passive perception goes down, so it increases your chance of being ambushed. If there is something to ambush you.
Which we know
You
they're
mean, wait,
technically
and the
quick.
fastest path is the one that is the safe path where people have been getting jumped.
Correct.
Yes.
a big
Yeah.
monster they've
Yeah.
sent plenty of people to.
Yeah,
they
because
can't.
every person who's been sent to investigate the disappearances has never found the monster. It is specifically targeting like caravans and single travelers and people who aren't the military.
Well, let's think about it this way. I mean, technically, the guild, and I'm saying this above board to everybody. The guild, it was paying if somebody took that out.
Oh,
If
we
they got-
should.
And we need to take care of the rest of the debt.
Yeah, we
We-
should do that.
The only thing is, like, we're definitely taking the fastest path. This is just me convincing you guys. But I don't know if they'll accept it because we didn't accept the mission. If people just suddenly stop dying, we need some type
Oh, yeah.
of proof. So just keep that in mind.
We need to get the proof.
Oh, yeah, remember the
And-
rule is you need to take the mission before the creature disappears. Otherwise, you don't get paid.
I'd also like to point out that my mentor is being killed in 3.5 days, and it's going to take us 3.1 days to get there if we don't take that path. I don't know if
No,
we
no,
do.
No, the
That's
blue
not-
line.
That's
The
not
blue
argument
line
right
is
now.
the current fastest path, but you drew that line before you knew about the monster attacking people. So you could
Oh,
draw
that's
a
the
new.
No, it
same
only takes.
Yeah, 3.1 is the
That's what I'm
fastest
saying.
path.
Like, we're running the risk anyway.
So we'd have to go back in the city to grab.
We're not going back in the city.
Okay.
We're
I
just
was gonna
going.
say we know it takes like what 20 minutes or so
It
for
takes-
the
from where you
paper
are,
bird to
it'll take
fly
about
all
20
the way
minutes,
to
yeah.
Fangen.
Yes.
We could just say we could just send a bird saying we'll take the job for on the path to King's Spear.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Let's
Shit,
do that.
Brontes, you're so fucking smart, dude.
That's why we
Yeah.
have a wizard.
So do you send a bird to Fang and basically say like, oh hey, forgot to tell you, we're taking the veteran quest for the
Yes.
The mountain
We're on our way to
monster.
King's Spear. If
If you don't hear from us ever again, you know,
You
You
what
know
happens.
what happens.
No. 25 words.
25 words.
we'll write it out.
If
but
you don't
yes,
even need
that's-
to write it out. I just need to know is the vibe of the message you're gonna say is basically we're going to King's Spear, we're gonna go fight the monster on the way there, the fucking mountain monster.
Yes.
So we're accepting that quest right now, and we're gonna go fight it on the way to King's Spear, and then like we'll
Wait,
check in when we're done.
Correct.
Is that the
Guys,
vibe of the message?
Guys,
Yes.
before we
Yes,
do
guys.
that, before we take the mission, what if we don't encounter the monster?
Then we still have to go back this
It
way.
doesn't
to go
hurt that if we accept
Okay.
it and don't encounter it, we always have the chance on the way back.
Yeah, because you have to go
Yeah.
back this way
And
to
we
get
can
to
spend
Clove
time.
Cross to get to
Okay.
the north.
We're on a time crunch
Okay.
to get there, not on the way
We gotta
back.
save Addie's mentor.
We'll just accept it
I
if we
thought
have
wasn't
time to
the
do it in the
argument.
direction.
I don't know. Is she even worth it? What if we just don't?
Shut the fuck up. We're going.
Okay, send the bird. Let's go.
Okay,
I
bird
also-
is sent.
Send the
Someone,
birdie.
someone
Do it.
please mark off one paper bird. You don't need to write the specific words. Now that I understand the vibe of the message, I'll say that you write it in such a way that it fits. So you are now down to what, like 8 paper birds, 7? It doesn't matter.
I don't know how many Onyx had, and I have none.
I
don't know
had
how
7
many.
in the inventory.
So when we divvy it up, he'll have 6. We'll just use one of his right now.
In that case, what I will say is it is already 2 o'clock. It is about 3 o'clock now because you guys finished the ritual and you did all that stuff. You have enough time to do your day's worth of travel. You'll just finish travel at like 11 p.m. and then you'll basically camp and reset your sleep schedule. So I will say we will end this session with one person rolling a d20 for the first day of travel.
Got you.
I think this is the perfect opportunity for everyone's new fan favorite character, Kazric,
I was gonna say.
to please roll a 1d. I'm sorry. Oh, it's fine.
I was gonna say, can you roll the D100 for the vibe check we hadn't done? But this works too.
No, we did do a vibe
No,
check.
Yeah, I think it was like a 4. Yeah,
It was a
It
4.
was a 4.
God.
That's why we had 2 nat 1s.
yeah, that's why.
Well, we got a 7. Anyways, travel.
Who
Checking.
knows what 7 means?
Checking random
Not
encounter
good.
table.
Another merchant.
Okay. It means you need to please roll me a d6.
All of us?
No,
Kazric.
just 5.
Thank God.
Catherine Thorn.
A 4. On your first day traveling with your new friend, you encounter beautiful weather and ideal travel conditions. The speed of your party's travel is increased by 1d4 hours. Someone please roll a 1d4 and you can remove an extra that amount of hours from the total amount of travel on the way to King's Spear.
He is the new fan
Catherine,
favorite.
go
Oh
on.
my gosh.
So roll another d4.
Yeah, roll a d4, and we're going to subtract that many hours, 3. So you traveled for 8 hours today, which so it's 8 hours per day of travel. So that is 8, 16, 24, 25 because 0.1. So you're using 8 today, so that is 17 minus an extra 3. So you now only have a day and a half left of travel instead of 2 days. And that will bring you to
Good shit.
exactly the base of all 3 mountains. And as you approach the location in which you know caravans to be being attacked and people are to be being mysteriously abducted, that is where we will end our episode. Until next time.